old good
all
Discord.
zeros.
You couldn't be.
I did see a 0001, and I thought it was just lucky. I actually thought I saw a few 0001s, which now kind of explains how that happened.
I think it's cringe.
Oh wait, can I add custom sounds to this server that I don't need Discord Nitro to use?
No, you need
Oh,
Nitro to do it.
You probably need Nitro.
I have one of the
You might be able
Nitros. I
to
don't have
use
the
them
Nitro that lets me
in
use
this
anything.
call. I don't know.
I have Grandpa Nitro, the one that doesn't exist anymore. I can't believe I was actually surprised to find out that I did get grandfathered in to a plan that doesn't exist, and it exists between the two pricing points of like $2.99 and $10. I have like a $5 one, and it gives me jack shit. I actually think it might be worse than the $2.99 one now that I'm looking at it.
Keep that.
But it's just classic next to it. It's cool. Well, anyways. But just to make sure, no one actually did their level up, right? No one.
I did, but like I didn't.
All I did was just program in my feet that I'm taking, which doesn't fucking do anything. I can just not use it.
Yeah.
I did.
As long as your
health
health's fine.
is my health is 2 points higher for now.
That's if you just
fix that.
If you use your feature and scale your level back down,
do we want to roll these at the top? See if I can get max again.
We'll do that on the
when
we get to the level up. Whenever we get if we get to the level up. Yeah.
I bet you'll roll mid.
I probably will.
Yeah.
I hope I get a 3. I deserve it.
Any rate, with no levels yet applied, let's go ahead and get into the recap so we can jump back in to where we left off. I believe, Frank, you said you're going to do it this time?
Yep. I actually have my notes this time, so
badass.
Can actually do it. Full disclaimer, by the way. If I have a lisp right now, I bit the shit out of my tongue the other day. Like, literally woke up with blood in my mouth. So it's still pretty swollen.
Sleep?
Yeah.
Is that common?
No.
Like natural selection at work.
And you're sure someone didn't get in your mouth and bite your tongue while you were asleep, and it wasn't you. You're sure it was you.
It's possible.
I'm
not ruling it out.
You need like a full helmet when you go to sleep next to protect yourself, just in case.
Just put like a lock on my tongue that keeps it locked in place.
Or you get like I don't know why my mind went a landmine, but there's got to be something funnier than putting a landmine in your mouth. But that is funny, I guess. I was thinking of like some sort of firework, but like that doesn't work. You can't like have like a surprise firecracker in there.
Yeah. I don't think that.
And then you'll trigger yourself. It doesn't confirm who done it. Oh, I know what you need. You need those blue bank robber packs they put on money. So when someone opens your mouth when they're not supposed to bite your tongue, presumably, it just shoots out ink.
I could just put like a Ring doorbell inside of my mouth.
just open up and it's just, they can see. That's the strat.
Alright, so recap. So the session picked up with us still down in the underground caverns beneath the recruitment camp. And right at the start of the session, we kind of uncovered sort of like an underground beach area that was like a shimmering, like shiny cave. We found after investigation, we found some rubble that looked like with the goggles, we were able to uncover that there was a pedestal with like a bottle, like a corked bottle in there. So we decided to figure out how to get past the rubble. The first thing was that Dane flirted with the wall. Because that's a thing that we discovered this session, is he likes to flirt with inanimate objects. So the goggles,
when God tells you to do it,
weirdly enough, were bound to him are also flirty, and we're flirting with Dane to convince him to keep them on. So we got past the rubble. We took the bottle, which contained some hair in it, and we decided to keep that with us. And then we returned to where the hallway kind of led into the staircase, which we assumed led into the recruitment camp, which is where we discussed how we were going to go about proceeding, whether we were going to do an ambush or how we were going to do that. During all of that interaction, that is when we discovered that the goggles were now stuck on Dane, and we tried to remove them by cutting them off, and Dane got a big owie. Which is exactly what my notes say. Goggles not stuck on Dane anymore, owie. So that's what happened. So then we decided to ambush the guards and do a disguise. During the ambush, there was an accident that occurred. Dramus may or may not have committed just straight up manslaughter.
Just There's another M word I was thinking of.
Yeah, don't downplay that. That was murder.
So he was reaching for his sword. You guys didn't see it, but
I accidentally shot him 3 times in the face. Just
yeah. So yeah,
reloaded and then did it again.
So yeah, blew up his head. So Dramus is a murderer now, I guess. So with the remaining prisoners, we woke one of them up. His name was Jaren. And we kind of got some information from him. We found out that the witch is promiscuous by nature. We found out that the Blackfish also did not kill the guards from Ramshorn. It was a Minotaur that was discussed that did it, which isn't something we got too into. And then before we let Jaren go, we decided to give him some money for his trouble and took his clothes, so he was just naked. And then during that time, Zion took his appearance as his disguise with his wonderful Jaren impression. And then we got the disguises, climbed the stairs. Dane flirted with the stairs. Please stop, Dane, is what my notes say. So we encountered the witch there, and the witch knew what we had done before we had already told her, even though Dane then proceeded to blurt it out anyway. Bad Dane is what my notes say. So, we got some info from her, found out that the captain of the Blackfish camp communicates with the two-fingered hand. I believe that's what we established. And then we came up with a plan where basically she was going to get more information from the captain to find out where the family of, I forgot his name, Thaddeus, where his family was being kept. And so the plan was to basically let her do her thing, and we were going to do our thing. But before that, Dane did have his first kiss with the witch. It was very wholesome and very sweet. Allegedly, that was not his first kiss, but I think the group thinks otherwise. So he also gave her a pot, which he put the goggles in, and we also learned her name was Sable, the witch. Then after that, we all kind of went into the camp, kind of all went our separate ways. Dane and Zion went together, and Dane went and decided to beat the shit out of people because he was mad that the witch was for the streets. It's what my notes say. So in that time, Ollie and Dramus hung out, and they agreed to teach each other to play hacky sack and dragon chess. Had a little bit of a bonding moment over that. And then Zion and Dane had a little bit of a bonding moment where Zion kind of went into detail about his wife and that she joined the free regation movement and kind of like abandoned him basically to go do all of that stuff. And then, yeah, Dane beat people up in the arena, and then he was good. He was content. And then pretty much the group reconvened with the witch, which I think it might have just been Ollie and Dramus that talked to her, and then we relayed the info. But she told us about the Hollow Home and that all of the prisoners were being transferred there. Hollowed Home turned out to be somewhere that is in Ramshorn, and we also got the blacksmith's tools back that were missing, that were mentioned when we were in Ramshorn before we left originally. And the plan was to head back to Ramshorn to move on to the next step of the adventure.
Absolutely. Very concise. Very nice.
Notes.
Yeah, great notes. Love it. So, jumping back in, we are on the road to Ramshorn. Back the way we came. It's about, funny enough, I did the math. It's 6 hours and 66 minutes. Whoa! Which makes it 7 hours and like 5 minutes plus some change. But a divided funny and a fraction. So that being said, you guys have traveled here today. You're probably going to have to pack up. You're going to have a night of camp before you get back to town, essentially, unless you want to press on with Constitution save to try to make it all the way back tonight. Up to you guys.
I got my bedroll. I'm prepared to sleep outside.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with that. Maybe that talking monster in the bush will come back and
Talking what?
I can talk to him. The monster in the bush? Thought I mentioned
What?
it the first time around. When we
I don't think you mentioned that.
yeah. When we first came around, there was like this glowing red eyes in a bush, and it was like, "Come hither, come in the bush to my realm and help me." And I was like, I'm good. I think I have to help my friends."
And then you just
Yeah,
went to sleep.
And then
that
You
didn't
just
happen.
you
And
didn't
then-
think to tell anyone about that.
could have sworn I did, but there was pressing matters.
You just went to sleep.
No. It was my
After?
shift, so like I just stayed awake
Yeah, I mean
until
after.
you woke up.
Like
Yeah,
that's haunting.
Hey, you guys woke up, and then thought maybe something was just trying to play a trick on me.
Oh, it checks the sage. Was this bitch laced with Valium? You too chill about this.
Well,
No.
nonetheless, I don't think there's, of certainty that the prisoners will even be moved to the Hollow Home by the time we get there, so there's no rush, no reason to overexert ourselves on the journey back.
Yeah.
True.
Maybe we
True.
can go on another adventure to whatever realm that monster was talking about. I'll wake you up next time.
I don't know about that
I'll
one.
remember to tell you this time for sure, I think. Maybe.
As if we could spend as little time like sleeping with these 2 dead bodies we're taking with us as possible, that's probably like good for me, especially if we got this weird red-eyed thing that's like talking to us in the middle of the night. I don't know. I feel like with 2 dead bodies, we're like more appealing to this thing.
Yeah. Steve kind of stinks.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steve.
Rip.
The rigor mortis sets in to give a thumbs up. But it could just be coincidence.
Oh, look at him. No, Ollie's doing it. He's like, look at him. He's giving a thumbs up.
But
Oh,
you
Doc.
guys get a few hours down the path before it does start to get late and you start to get tired. And you begin to set up a campsite. You guys are pretty much in the wilderness right now. There's not a lot of like beaten paths or roads around this region, especially this close to the mountains. So you're fairly hidden already as far as a campsite goes. Anything special you guys are doing while preparing your campsite or throughout the night? And is anyone keeping watch?
I can go first this time, Ollie, if you'd like.
I might like stay up with you, and if someone wants second watch, that might be like a good idea.
Don't trust me.
I'm not really tired.
No,
yet,
I
so
trust
I'm
you.
gonna
It's
go.
just like there's a shadow creature with red eyes talking to you, and like that's weird.
I thought it might just be on par for the woods.
No,
Oh.
big lions are more on par. That one we didn't really question.
See, I think that's weirder somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, weird priorities. You've been gone for too long.
Yeah, apparently.
Or I could take second watch if someone, who needs to sleep longer wants to stay up. Dane.
I'm gonna go cut down a tree or something.
Yeah.
Maybe go hunt something real quick. I can still go. So
For all you crafters and crafty boys, remember that a long rest has 2 hours of like allotment period that you can do whatever you want. You can craft, you can do some things with that that aren't actually sleeping. So, if anyone had anything there too, always good to keep in mind if you're working on something. But otherwise, sounds like Ollie and Zion keeping first watch. Then I will need a perception check from both of you. Or one of you can do it with advantage. Either way.
My perception is terrible if you'd like to do it with advantage.
Yeah, sure. Oh, not that one. This one.
Maybe you'll see the thing.
You keep an eye out, and the night starts to progress. But the only thing notable that happens is you hear "Yeehaw!" as you see ramping off in the distance. It's like Magitech-looking dune buggy device kind of shoots off in the air, lands on the ground, and you see a bunch of kids kind of like waving bottles around, holding onto the outside of it as it kind of just cascades through the landscape. It's going super fast, and it is going north back towards Ramshorn and up towards eastern Cleaver's Cliff.
If that's going towards Ramshorn, has Ollie ever seen anything like this? Like this dune buggy?
Oh yeah, there's a rental stand for these things not too far from the town. They mostly go elsewhere. However, they usually the location in mind is the Elemental Wasteland Trailblazers is a rental stand. A trailblazer is essentially they're called Magi-wheeled trailblazers. They're basically big dune buggies. They're Magitech and cooled and shit. But they're usually used in this environment to go roam around the Elemental Wasteland to the north. But there is technically nothing against the rental agreement of just taking one and driving it around the countryside like these people are doing.
Yeah, Ollie checks his a big full purse and he's like, Zion, do you know what we have? We have dune buggy money. That could be us.
That is exactly what I was going to say. I want to try one of those. I didn't get a chance when I was like, broken, poor, and still living here. But like, we have dune buggy money now.
Okay, so let's surprise the group next time after we're done with this whole like kidnapping and family thing. Let's go get some dune buggies to celebrate, and we can just like take a ride.
Yeah, and then we'd get back home so much faster. We don't have to sleep in the stinky woods with red-eye monsters. It'd be awesome.
Okay, sick. Well, where's the stand though?
It's about 9 miles away from Ramshorn proper, to the northwest.
Oh, it's in the opposite direction. Okay, we're gonna have to get back to Ramshorn, finish the kidnapping thing, and then we're gonna rent some dune buggies.
Nah, that's fine with me.
Oh
But, yeah, we definitely have to add dune buggies to the list.
Okay, it's on there. It's number one. I really don't have anything. Okay, kidnappers. I'll put that number 2.
Right.
I'll put kidnappers number 1.
And that 2-finger fist guy, I forget.
Okay, he's number 2.5.
And
Important,
the Minotaur,
but like
is that the
dune
same
buggies.
guy? The Minotaur that killed Steve? Is he?
Okay, where to put him? I'm thinking 2.7.
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
I like that list.
Yeah, that's good. What if we run him over with the dune buggy? Oh, that's a good use.
Easy done.
Oh, do you think they have insurance?
You do know they do, and insurance is something
It's a
that some
scam.
people
Let's
skip
not buy
on.
it.
There you go.
We'll just deal with it. I know a guy. He can fix it.
Yeah. I mean, you're pretty handsy. I feel like you could fix it.
Oh, man. No. Maybe. No. We'll see.
A dent. We could just like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got an
buff out a
idea.
dent, right?
We can find like a plunger, like a lot of glue, and we can just like pull it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're smart. We got that.
I feel like we shouldn't let Dane drive though. I feel like he'd just like angry drive us into a tree or off a cliff or something.
Hmm.
Did you notice that? Why is he so angry?
I mean, like, he's been here. We've been gone. I feel like, you left Ramsword for a reason, right? Like, if you were stuck here, wouldn't you start to get a little angry?
I guess so, but I feel like it revolves around that witch a little bit. I don't know.
Maybe.
Like, after she said she's gonna fuck the captain, he got all angry, and then you came back and said more stuff about her fucking somebody. I don't
No,
remember.
I mean, she like hugged us, and it was like,
oh yeah,
like,
it was the hug.
it wasn't much. It was like pretty friendly, but we'll see.
Well,
She seems cool. She seems cool.
Yeah.
Oh
Could've been
yeah,
his
bat
first love.
wings, very leathery.
Few hours. Like the conversation turns into hours, and before you know it, time to wake up the next people for their watch. Just waking up one person, and what's the plan?
how long was Dane like collecting supplies? Because if he was kind of doing that the whole time, it would probably be Dramus.
Oh, yeah. Dane, before we get to that, you wander off in your 2 hours of free time, quote unquote, as the party sets up camp and stuff. What are you doing in that time?
He's going to pick a tree that's probably a little bit too thick for a person, like a sane person, to decide like, I'm gonna chop that one. It's like probably feasible, but it's like a little questionable.
It's like an oak
and
tree.
He's gonna start hacking at it. Yeah, yeah. An oak is perfect. That's literally his last name. And he's gonna use his log splitter sword to just fucking just try to chop down this tree to get some wood. And particularly, he's gonna
make an athletics check real quick, just to see how quickly, because this is a massive oak tree. I mean, oak trees are big, and this is a full live oak. Cutting through would be hard, but I mean, you're strong.
I am.
Ooh, you're very strong, and you get a little tired. You start to build up a sweat, but you do. You all hear it kind of shaking in the distance with each strike. Eventually, and a loud thump as the tree is felled. Makes for a hell of a bonfire.
Yeah, he's chopping down the tree like with the intention of it being like for wood and also just to get some exercise in. But like the initial cut, like that little first kind of pie slice that you get when you're trying to fell a tree, he's gonna keep that little chunk for himself, and whatever free time he has, he's gonna start
wood wedge to your inventory.
Oak wedge.
Oak wedge.
Does Dane have any like skill in wood carvers or carpenter tools? He does.
Yeah, you guys would know. Dane is good with brewing, specifically like wines and stuff, because of his family, because his mom taught him that. And he is really good with wood carvers tools, because that is what his dad does. That's like his family businesses are booze
his
and
dad
furniture
is
and stuff.
amazing at working with wood.
When you come back with your big oak, I think Ollie's gonna be like, "Hey man, I have an idea for like if you could make something. I'm thinking about a piece of wood that I could like throw and it would come back to me." He's asking you to make just a.
You mean a boomerang?
Yeah.
Like a stick with a rope on it.
Yeah, I could make you a boomerang.
Oh, sick.
It probably take like some trial and error. You got to kind of fling it until you get the aerodynamics just right. You got to adjust it and stuff. So I can try. It's probably going to be a little big to start, just to give room.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Down, but,
I like I've seen one before, and I like the way it like floats on the air and then comes back to you.
They cost 25 gold.
Yeah, they
Holy
sure
shit.
do.
A boomerang?
Yeah.
It's R&D cost.
It costs 25 gold to do 1d4, and then it drop when you hit.
Holy shit. But it's a non-lethal. It's non-lethal.
But it's going to take a while.
Okay, that's weird, but like take your time.
Like,
it's going to probably take a few trees.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you need.
Cool.
That's the most surprising thing I've heard in a while.
It's a really big boomerang.
It really is. It's non-lethal and it comes back if you miss.
It's got a 1.5 on the like scale of weapons, but it's exotic, and I can have exotics, and you know what? It's kind of based in air, so I feel like it's cool. I want Ollie's exotic weapon to be a boomerang.
Yeah, I'll start on that when I can. I got a little something I want to do, but I can get started on it. Yeah, no, sure.
Yeah, take your time.
It's just going to take like probably a few weeks at this point.
Okay.
An item is worth a number of points equal to its value in gold divided by 50. So it is only one crafting point.
Never mind. About a few weeks, I mean, like, I could probably do a lickety split after my thing.
Yep.
But yeah. How long does it take to chop down a tree?
For you with the 21, we'll say you got that done within an hour because you're so strong and powerful. It's a hell of a feat, by the way, chopping down an oak tree in an hour, but with a sword.
He's just like
it's a heavy sword, hefty sword, but it works.
Yeah, it's the sword's made for this. It's more like for like splitting logs for firewood, not really for chopping down trees, a fucking oak tree, but whatever.
You're an adventurer. You're a hero.
You just gotta have a little want to when you get it.
So
for the rest of his hour, he's gonna take that little wedge and he's gonna start whittling away at it, preferably in private, and he's gonna start making a little figurine of Sable.
I All right, make a woodcarver's tool check, and we'll see how well of this. This might be worth a little bit of a coin, depending on how well you do. Hmm.
He's working on it.
Bazonga's out
You
to
start.
here.
You start to get around the more curvaceous features of Sable,
Just
and
points
as you
up her
do,
face.
you just you hold it up, and it's like the top half is just like out to here, and the bottom half's out to here, and the waist is like overly thin, and you kind of push on it, and the middle just breaks in half, and you're like, ah,
I can
fuck.
still use this. It'll do.
The tears were getting in the way. He couldn't see what he was doing.
Yeah, whatever.
It's
Yeah,
just
he'll just,
like welling up.
toss his scraps into the fire or whatever, and he's gonna, fuck around.
Yeah, that wedge,
That's
by the
all.
way, you could probably try at least. You might even note this. The wood you would have used from this probably wasn't all of the wood from that wedge. It was a pretty big wedge, so you probably have 2 more uses, 2 more attempts, I should say, of this material that you have. But that is probably all the time you have tonight, unless you want to push exhaustion. But of course, you can. You could go on for another hour
Sounds
with
like
a
my race
constitution
is
save.
real fucking good at it, but no, that's all. He just wanted to go get some exercise to tire himself out and work on this little thing, and then go to sleep.
Yeah.
Probably like as soon as he snaps it in half, it's like fuck it, and then goes to sleep. Fuck this, fuck everything, fuck that.
Damn,
cat.
this was looking
douche.
good until I snapped it. The ideal figure. It's like an hourglass figure in extreme. But anyways,
Dane.
the time. Oh yeah, you
Dang.
could.
Do you know
What?
where we are?
No, not now. Let's just get to the good part.
Do you know the name of this lake, Dane?
What?
The lake? Do you know the name?
Yeah.
Do you know why they call it Pipe Lake?
What are you getting at?
See, a lot of people think it's because it's shaped like a pipe. But actually, the story is there's a witch that hides in the woods and fucks every adventure that comes by.
I see where you're going with this. Fuck you too.
Good night,
Yeah, her
Dane.
name is Sable.
Sweet dreams.
Is it not my watch?
At
Oh yeah, wake
this
up!
point,
It's
it
time
might
for
be
your
if you're
watch.
About to
Wait,
say,
no more
Dane-
dreaming, come back.
Dane fucking takes his shovel and his iron pot. He's like, I didn't get no sleep because of y'all. He's just banging on this thing. Y'all ain't get no sleep because of me. Fuck y'all.
I like the idea that Zion, you walk over and sweet dreams. Like 20 minutes later, he's like, "Oh wait, it's your watch." Like you're already you waited just long enough for Dane to fall back asleep, and then be like, "Oh wait, I forgot. It's your watch. Get back up."
I swear to God, I'm gonna uppercut the next time I wake up just instinctually. I ain't never
What?
uppercut someone, but I figure it'd work.
Go ahead and make your perception check for your watch, Dane. If this is going to be you. Oh, your eyes get a little focused on where you threw away the broken halves of
starts whittling
statue,
on
and you're
that
like,
wood again.
"Hmm."
He's like, yeah, I'll be watching, and just completely disregards his job and starts fiddling with this wedge again.
Hmm.
How can I
The,
turn her broken boobies into a boomerang?
Let's see. How can I
Boomerang.
salvage this? And you make this miniature version of a boomerang that has it's still
just,
mostly the
split
titties,
legs in the shape
you
of a
throw it,
boomerang. Yeah, that'll
and
do
it just twirls through the air and just falls to the ground. I don't think that's what he wanted.
Fuck. What was I supposed to be doing?
You look up, the entire group's gone, and you realize it's been about 20 minutes since they've all woken up, packed up camp, and started to move on down the path. You wake up, or you get up, and you kind of shake off, catch up with them. But you guys are just a few hours away from Ramshorn. Takes another 2 or 3 hours. You get there around 12 or so, midday. Make it light in here. But you come across the familiar Enchanted Arbor Bridge and past the watchtower where You see a number of guardsmen. There are only a few, as they have been stretched quite thin. But they currently are at 12 o'clock. They're actually out in the field here. It looks like they're gathering materials, or they're overseeing the gathering of materials of the prisoners, because it looks like they're still within the collection of materials phase to build the prison and all that good stuff. But yeah, you guys are back in Ramshorn. You're on the far side of the bridge near the bazaar, and from where you go from here is up to you.
Should we pass Steve off to the guards? Or is there like another person we should give him to?
You could just throw him in this river, but also there is the more honorable option of dropping him off the guards. The guards will be able to take care of it.
That sounds like the quickest option, so my vote.
Yeah.
The bridge option.
We didn't lug
The
him all
guards
way
buy
over
the
here.
bridge option, though. If they weren't there, you know, we'd be thinking more.
Yeah, you guys drop off the corpses of the dead guards, I believe are the ones you killed, or did you bring the dead people you killed?
Dead
Person
guards.
you killed. Cool. You just left that other guy rotting there in the tower, and someone will find him. It'll be fine. But you do bring these two back. They actually are very appreciative, and one of the guards kind of comes forward and say, "Hey, the captain's out, but he wanted to say there was a bounty on the discovery of these corpses. Well, these fine men," and he kind of pats on them. "They'll be able to get a proper burial, so here's your reward." And they hand you 20 gold pieces.
Wow. Thank you.
Good nod. "Thank you for doing a good service."
Yeah, of course. I knew Steve when he was younger.
"Yeah, never was good at gardening much. That's why we sent him out to scout, but he seems like he might not be that good at that either. It's what it is. Well,
Oh.
there's your coin. Enjoy, enjoy it. We're going to see to these fellas here, make sure they get a proper burial. I doubt any of them could afford the resurrection, so probably just put them in the hole."
Yeah, probably
You
the
don't
whole.
think they had any, like, noble family connections or anything, right? That we should, like, call upon? You know Steve, you said, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. Dramus, do you know if Steve had any noble family connections?
They might be able to pay for his resurrection if it were a thing.
He just kind of takes a sip of his coffee that he's been sipping on as they walked into the village, and he just no.
Yeah. No. Think just
That's what I
burials.
thought. Oh, look, we'll check the records just to be sure, but, ever since the Tower of the Old God fell, don't really got as keen of a record collection department as we once did. See how far it goes back. Anyways, appreciate your thing again. Enjoy town. We'll take care of it from here. And they pick up the bodies, load them into a cart, and begin to take them off for burial. But you guys continue your journey, head to the other side of the bridge, unimpeded by corpses. Your journey is once again in your hands. Where are you heading from here?
Well,
Mhm.
I got two things to do. I gotta return this hide armor that he has like folded up in his bag. I got this breastplate that I'm wearing from the guys. I figure I'd pedal that off, and then I gotta go pick up my dad's stuff.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I might
think
be
I
off
have
running some
much,
errands.
but I'd like to go shopping now that we've come into all this money. Maybe later. Oh, forgot Ollie and I thing. We could probably.
Guys, what if you guys pictured yourselves in a new rented dune buggy?
What's that?
Dramus, what if you pictured yourself in a new rented, no insurance dune buggy?
finishes taking a sip from his coffee again. His eyes clearly like droopy, like he's still kind of waking up. No.
The adrenaline is overwhelming you. I get it. Don't worry. I can drive it. I got it. It's going to be a great time. Don't worry. We'll save some. But
Oh, it's like a thing you drive?
yeah, it
I
goes
can
real
do that
fast.
too.
What?
Yeah, I can. I've used all kinds of vehicles.
Oh,
I just never heard of a dune buggy, but I can drive just about anything on land.
see, Zion was worried that you would I don't know, be too reckless, but oh, never mind. He thought that you would be the best driver and he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
I'm also kind of short, so like they're not always sized for me. But I could try.
We'll get some
Unless, they
books.
taught you how to drive things in the Marines or something.
Yeah, mostly the flying stuff, but I'm sure it's similar.
Same principle.
Just like on the ground.
Well, I don't know how to fly anything, so
well,
when that day comes, I trust my life to you implicitly, without hesitation.
You're in good hands. Listen, guys, if you guys were gonna shop, I was probably gonna scout out the hollow home, just keep an eye on it.
Probably also return the blacksmith's tools since we have them.
Oh yeah, that too.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
Well, it sounds like if you guys wanted to split up here, Dramus, you could return the tools perhaps, or you could send someone to do that. But it sounds like 2 people want to go shopping, and Ollie, you want to check out the Hollow Home and scout it out, right?
Yeah. Can Ollie specifically climb this building?
Which one?
The one in front of
Oh yeah, like the nearby kind of adjacent one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely could. That being said, let's go ahead and deal with the shopping real quick, just because that'll be pretty easy to do. So, shopping, the specialty merchant stocks are still all on display here. Any specialty items that aren't mundane, or something you could find in a mundane list of items, the basic stuff like weapons, armor, all that stuff, are still listed in these 2 shop supplies. Nothing has restocked yet. No new specialty items have come into the stores yet, but there are still quite a few items available. That being said, for your return, Dane, you can get this. It was undamaged. I'm pretty sure you were never even attacked, and you kind of took it off immediately.
Yeah, not while wearing it. Yeah.
Exactly.
He took it off when he got this breastplate.
Yep. You can take that hide, and you can get 75% of its cost returned to you. And a breastplate, you can get 50% of the cost of a breastplate returned to you for selling used equipment generally.
So 7 gold, 7 gold, 5 silver for the hide, and 100 gold for the breastplate.
Yep.
So 107 and 5 gold.
Yeah, the fact that it's usable at all is rare to scavenge from combatants, but they weren't hurt when they were detained, so it worked out.
Did we have our other pairs? Because we had the 2 others too.
You had uniforms. You didn't have
cool.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah, the armor of the dead guards and stuff were all the ones that we found were all super mangled and mauled and completely unusable. The breastplate I have is from the guy that got naked.
Yep.
How do I use the store?
Just double click on this icon and it'll and click inventory, and you'll be able to see stuff. And then just tell me what you're buying, and then trade me the gold cost listed.
Okay.
And then go from there. But are you looking at anything in particular?
I was probably gonna get 2 potions of healing and 1 potion of animal friendship.
2 potions of healing would be 100 gold. Let me just do this. Yeah, just send me 100 gold. And how many of animal friendship?
Sorry, I'm just gonna get 1. I forgot how broke I am.
What are you trying to buy?
Potion of healing.
I have an incredible amount of silver and copper that no one else could carry or wanted to. So he is going to dump a lot of coins, and I can probably just buy it for you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So you're buying 1 potion or 2 potions then, with that in mind.
I'll still stick to the one.
Okay, 1 healing potion and 1 potion of animal friendship.
Yes.
75 gold pieces. I'll add that to your inventory for you, actually, because I'm going to update the stock.
Thank you.
Quantity 1, and then 1 healing potion. Put that down to there. Quantity 1. Cool. Oh, I think I gave you 2
and then I'm
potions
gonna
of
buy
healing.
another one.
Or potions of animal friendship. Cool. And you're buying a potion of animal friendship as well?
No, I'm buying another potion of healing for
Gotcha.
Zion because
Cool.
he seemed to want one but was too broke, and Dane has a lot of coins that's kind of heavy at this point.
Okay, you're buying an extra potion.
Yeah.
He bought 1, so you're gonna buy 2.
I'll pay
Total?
for 1.
He's
and
paying for
the
1. I'm paying
animal
for 1. I don't need
Cool.
1. I'm just buying it for him.
Gotcha,
Thank
gotcha.
you.
Perfect. All right, he has his 2 potions of healing. There we go. And I'll track that from the stock. Cool. Those are the potions. Bought any other buyings or sellings going on? Cool. All right. In that case, we'll say that as you guys have been kind of maneuvering your way through the town, you notice something. In the center town, at the Hearthstone, this is something that Dane especially would be very familiar with. You do see there is a notice board. It is a notice board. It's always kind of been there. However, you see the Elder is kind of currently posting up 3 new pieces of parchment to the otherwise fairly bare board. So there's some stuff he looks at you, greets you, waves at you, and then he just kind of heads back into the Hearthstone and then into the Elder's tower, back to his tower, that kind of thing. But there's a notice board there. There's some jobs probably. It's where you get a lot of your work actually, Dane. This is how most people post things and stuff like that. But yeah, that is something you notice while you guys are reconvening, getting all your mercantile stuff done. Now, Ollie, you're just in this time you're just scouting out the Hollow Home.
Oh, and sorry, on the way to that apothecary, Dane would have picked up his dad's armor from the forge.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you already paid for that.
Give it back to me. Yeah.
And I figure if Dane's going there, we just give him the tools to give back to the guy.
Easy enough.
Perfect. I'm just gonna give it to you as you gave it to me, and you can fix it.
Yeah. Cool.
Yep. Cool. So, as you just before I forget about doing this, you go and return the tools.
Yeah.
And the dwarf who operates the Steamheart Foundry, a man by the name of Gundren, a middle-aged dwarf stands there. He's about 4 feet tall, thick eyebrows that merge with his bushy beard. They kind of connect right here. His hair is braided and tied back in a neat bun. And he looks at you with his weathered face, and he's like, "Oh, thank you for bringing the tools back. I had a reward just for this occasion." And he kind of goes back and pulls out a ruby from his private collection, and this is a ruby worth 300 gold pieces. Expensive ruby.
What's this? And he's like picking it up and like bites on it.
Hey, bite as hard as you can. Forged it here. It's technically, and I know you wouldn't be able to tell, technically a graft. I grafted a lot of little bits of rubies to make this big ruby, but I did it so well that you can't even really tell by the seam. But don't tell anyone you're going to sell it to, because it'll depreciate the value.
Okay, what's the value?
Oh, you could easily get 300 gold for this. But if you told someone it was grafted, a lot of snobs will be like, "Oh, it's only 250 gold or something because it's grafted and all that shit." But again, you can't tell it's grafted unless you told someone it's grafted. So maybe I shouldn't even have told you, but I feel like, you deserve to know.
Are you sure this is like a fitting reward? We just got some tools. There's no way they're worth all of this. This is
These tools you retrieve, these are like, well, he kind of takes them from you. These are worth multiple thousands worth of gold. So I do appreciate the return. They're very high quality specialty tools. I'm only really paying you a fraction of what they're worth because it's all I can afford to pay. But these tools, they don't just make them everywhere. Good for Magitech, good for repairing a lot of intricate devices that you really can't do with just a simple set of Tinker's tools.
What's his name?
His name is Gundren Ironfist, spelled like this. But you'd be familiar with this individual. I mean, you're familiar with everyone in town, frankly. Most of you are familiar with most of the people in this town. It'll be more likely that I'll tell you specifically that you're not familiar with a person because most of these people are locals and most of the owners of these businesses have been here for years and years and years. For the most part. Yep.
Well, okay. Thanks, Gendron. That really brightens the day.
He nods. And thank you. Trust me, I have been so... You're brightening my day more. I am so behind on the amount of work orders that I needed these tools to complete. And by the way, now that I got these tools back, if you're ever in the market for some specialty crafted Magitech gear, well, I'm back in business now with these bad boys, so feel free to visit. We can get something commissioned.
Yeah, my friends are out doing stuff right now, but once we have some downtime and I show them this thingy, I will let them know. And it sounded like Ollie was real interested in some kind of buggy thing.
Yeah.
A
Say
doom,
Oh,
Say we crashed
buggy of
one.
doom,
Would you be able
like
to
a
fix
cart,
it?
but deadly.
Zion sneaks in behind you and he looks at you. Oh, didn't see there. If we... I'm not really a magic car or a magic wheel specialist, not really my cup of tea. Could I fix it? Probably, but you'd be better off going to the experts. I believe there's a rental stand who does some good job around here, but I also believe that if you really want finest work, you're going to find your way to Belreach. I know it's a long ways away, it's the capital of the south and all that good stuff, but that's where the real fine-tuned machines are. For that particular industry, the Steam Art Foundry, she's still a beaut for her craft and the things she does. We just don't make a lot of vehicles out
What
here.
do you specialize in? Like, what kind of cool, fancy things?
So most of our work specializes in gear useful for adventurers, ironically enough, as well as soldiers and other military folk. But the reason we set up here is, well,
We're that.
you've heard of the Caverns
We're
of Chaos,
adventurers
right?
and military folk. We got a mixture.
Perfect. Well, the adventurers that come here, and you're locals and all, so you know the gig, but a lot of people want to come here, explore Caverns of Chaos, all those, the Tomb of the Lich King or whatever, all that shit. And they need gear, specialty gear, if they're going to survive that nonsense. And that's, we also do a lot of exporting to the other parts of the nation, but that's not really important. For you guys, just know, I got what you need when it comes to making specialty magic tech stuff. And you said military, you're talking about Ollie, right?
Yeah, he's
Tell him I
a
saw that
Skymarine.
belt he's wearing. If he ever wants an upgrade, send him my way.
Oh yeah, I'll let him know. He loves that thing. And he won't even use it as bait.
Aye, Magitech gear. That's what I make. That's what we make. And then, of course, my brother, at the Ironheart Forge, just a little ways away, he can get you any kind of base weapon. I can give it a little more oomph, but you want just a really nice sword, he's the place to start. Promoting side businesses, you know, family, etc.
Cool.
Patronize him too. But not like in a patronizing way, you know, like patronize as in, you get it.
Is that the guy that fixed my breast?
That was.
And what was his name?
His name is, so it's Gundren Ironfist that runs the foundry, and the I have a lot of names on this list. Hang on. You think they will be right next to each other? Actually, I'm going to adjust my notes real quick. Just real quick, because that is, it's bothering me. Grunel Iron Fist is who runs the Ironheart Foundry.
Grunel?
Grunel, spelled like this.
Okay, yeah, I just he fixed this up for me. And he's tapping on the on the thing.
Hey,
Cool.
does spectacular work with crafts and metal. Hey, I don't do too much of that base work, but hey, looks like you inscribed your name or your initials right here on the back. That's nice.
What's it say? Just
Mhm.
trying to-
Says D.O.
oh yeah, that's me. Cool. It's like it's mine now instead of my dad's. Cool.
Well, appreciate you
Well,
bringing these tools. I'm sure you have business to take care of.
not really. We're just gonna wait for them to finish up their stuff now.
All right,
We'll
well,
come see you later.
I better get back to work myself then. As he looks around, like at the piling up paperwork from the various order sheets that he's received, which it looks like even in the short time his tool's been missing, he has quite a few orders come in. So he turns and shifts away and starts to go back to starting to work through all that. Cool. All right. Now, Ollie, you've been watching the Hollow Home this entire time, and there hasn't been a lot of movement. It's been pretty quiet. Oh, there was one thing. A group of kids came by and painted something weird on the side. You didn't of the building. You didn't really see what it was from this angle, but that's about all that's really happened in the time that you've been kind of just scouting this place out. It doesn't look like there's anyone going in or out or any kind of movement really from inside the building. It's just been, as you've always known it, abandoned.
And Ollie will probably eventually just start like sunbathing on the roof, just like laying out, waiting for everybody else to be finished shopping.
Yeah. And then the three of you, Zion, Dane, and Dramus, y'all reconvene a little bit in the center of town without Ollie. But you all know that he is scouting out the Hollow Home, presumably still doing that. Where are you three going from here?
Did we say where we're gonna meet after Ollie does his whole thing?
I don't think we did.
The saloon usually, right? Usually where you'd find him after he's done doing whatever he's doing.
I mean, you ain't gotta give me an excuse to go drink.
Right.
A few
Well-
hours pass as you three make your way to the bar, start drinking, and Ollie, you're sunbathing, and it's been a while. And you think about it, you don't necessarily remember if you actually told anyone to meet you up here. So you're starting to get the feeling that maybe they're not coming.
How far is it to the Hollow Home from this rooftop?
Yeah, this is a bit of an approximation of what the streets look like, but
That's why I'm
it's
asking, baby.
adjacent.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
cool.
adjacent.
Like 30 feet adjacent, or like what adjacent?
Like 120 feet adjacent.
Okay. All right. Well, then he'll climb down, and then he'll go get a drink because he figures that's where everyone's gonna meet.
I'll say 60 feet actually, if that matters.
Doesn't matter.
Just
if
doing a
it's more
measurement.
than
Just doing a
30.
measurement here. Gotcha. Cool.
Actually wanted to throw out too. I don't think Dramus went with the others to the saloon. I think instead, one thing I wanted to ask. So the Arcane Archives, is
Mhm.
it just a store for scrolls, or I mean, does it have like a library of sorts?
They would have. You would be going for the Inkwell if you're looking for like books of like normal quality. Like the Inkwell's a bookstore, more or less. If you're looking for like
Okay.
library tomes, that kind of thing, and they do book rentals there, but there isn't a public library within this particular village. But there is a private bookstore, which is the Inkwell.
Okay. Well, then that is where I think Dramus is going to head off to on his own.
Very cool. Yeah. You head there on your own, and you see the halfling merchant. You're probably quite familiar with her at this point. Her name's Stacy Underhill. She's a plump halfling with rosy cheeks and a welcoming smile. She always has the book that you feel you need to read, or she feels you need to read. And she's usually right. She has great book recommendations. And she looks as you come in. Dramus! Hey! It's been a while! You come into some coin or something? Looking to shop, looking to buy, looking to rent, looking to return those books, or something else?
He kind of, does his signature, adjusts his kind of self, and tilts his glasses a little bit. Well, actually, was curious if you might have something. I don't know if it even exists, but something that's kind of been on my mind lately.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any arcane knowledge books about ways to, how do I put this, make spells less lethal?
Draw smaller circles.
She looks at you. Well, I used to be a magic practitioner myself. I don't do it as much, but from my understanding, magic is a powerful and dangerous force. One that does it precisely what it's prescribed to based on the spell. I don't know of ways to make it non-lethal. However, I have heard there was a sorcerer who developed a meta magic of sorts that could hone in the damage and capabilities of certain spells to make them non-lethal. But that's some really rare and powerful magic, and honestly, it might even just be a legend. Here, come over here and sit by the fireplace. Let me find you the book about him. He's pretty famous. He's been dead for a few hundred years, and whether or not these stories are embellished, I really couldn't tell you. But here, and she sits you down, and you find your way through this familiar bookshop. This bookshop is filled with shelves upon shelves of books, old and new. And the area she's bringing you to is a cozy reading nook, right by a fireplace. It has comfortable leather chairs. The air is scented here with the sweet aroma of freshly brewed tea. And you actually hear the sound of pages being turned throughout the shop because there are another few setups of various scholars and visitors who just want to read. Because you can rent books here too. You don't have to buy them. You can rent them, and some people are just renting, reading through. She comes back and presents you with a fantastical looking tome. The cover, it has all of these dramatic depictions of heroics. It's almost like a montage of various heroics of this character, this little sorcerer, this dark elf sorcerer who's wearing these long, flowing, regaling robes, casting magic at various creatures and such on the cover. And she looks at you. This is the tome. Now, before I give it to you, I kind of thought about it while I was walking over there. Dramus, did you hurt
Yes.
someone with your magic?
Well, I don't want to talk about it, to be
She
honest.
nods. Okay, well, that's why I brought you this. It's some tea. It'll calm you down. I know you usually drink coffee, but, tea's better for you, frankly. It doesn't stain your teeth as much either, so kind of really the intellectuals drink. But anyways, here's here's the she puts the tea in front of you. Here's the book. It's about a guy named Valian Quinvin. I'll spell that for you just in case. It's really, this particular tome is more of a fairy tale. I'll give you that. It's kind of got a lot of embellishments from what I can tell, but I know there are some more historical, actual books about this figure. I try to find some, but I don't seem to have any in stock. However, if you could, there's probably more useful information in that. But this is a great start, and it's a good read.
Sorcerer that embellishes his own deeds. Can't say I'm very surprised.
Well,
But
it's not always him. It's like the bards. The bards are the really big embellishers. Most heroes don't even write down their own tales. Can you believe that?
right, guess that's not something I ever considered before. Well, thank
Why
you.
we need
I
good
appreciate.
bards.
I appreciate the hospitality, and yeah, I suppose kind of takes a look at the book a little bit. I suppose I would rent the book from you then.
Of course. Well, this is just a simple nonfiction tome, so how long you looking at holding on to it?
I don't know, probably a week, maybe.
Oh, a week? Yeah, silver piece. Just bring it back to me at the end of the week, and you'll be all good.
Right. Well, I appreciate it, and I'll probably sit here for a while and enjoy the tea. What kind of tea is this?
Mm. This is something called dragon root. It grows in very specific places, especially the herbologist garden. Don't tell anyone, but I got a hook up there, and it is very, very potent at relaxing you and getting you into the mind state of a regal dragon, hence the name. It kind of gets you that clarity, that focus, that will of a
Fantastic.
dragon. You know, it's a bit embellished too, but it helps.
Right. Thank you, Stacy. I appreciate it.
She smiles. Of course. I just have to make a note here. 7 days. We'll make it. Oh, let's see. What day is it? It is Tri-Helms Day. So next Tri-Helms Day will be the 7th. Cool. All right.
Right then.
And you
Have a
know, if
good
you don't
rest of your
return
day.
books, you know, it's you know the drill. I'll find you.
Right.
I was waiting for that. I'll find you.
Well,
Fine.
anyways,
Assassin librarian, ex-inquisitor librarian.
give me back my book.
You don't return the
But yeah.
book. I'll purge you.
Well, you know, you're the nook here is all yours if you want to take some time to read it. If you want to start flipping through the pages, or if you got somewhere to be, I'll see you next Tri-Elms Day.
Right. I should probably be off after I enjoy the tea for a bit. But nonetheless, your hospitality is always appreciated.
She smiles. She nods. All right, well, I'm gonna go see what the other customers are doing. Appreciate the business as always, and hope to see you again soon.
Likewise.
And she wanders off back into the deep depths of the library and or the bookstore. Is there anything else you're doing, or you're just going to spend the rest of the time reading here while the group is presumably
Yeah,
mixed between the saloon and on this roof?
yeah, he's probably gonna chill here for a while and kind of just skim the book a little bit, get an idea of what it's about and everything.
All right. So, the other two, Zion and Dan, you're both going to the Skyward Saloon?
Yep.
All right.
Let's
And
get
Ollie,
drunk.
yeah, it's been a few hours now at this point. They've already started their drinking. You know, Dramus is reading in the inkwell, and you are sunbathing. You got a nice little tan going, but some clouds start to block the sun, which brings your attention back to what time is it? And you realize it's been a bit. Where are you going from here?
Ollie will head back to the saloon, but he's kind of feeling in a climbing mood, so he wants to climb up to his room first and kind of enter from that way if he can.
Yeah, you can absolutely. Climbing up the outside of the exterior of this building, you know, it's there's some stairways you get up on the outside that get you up to the first floor, but then you have to do some cool parkour to get up to the second and third, and so on and so forth. And as you make your way, you stop by your room before heading to the main floor.
Yeah, he's just checking to see if it's disturbed again. He didn't really take a good look around the first time, so I think he's doing like a second very quick glance.
Mhm.
Like he'd be like, "Did I miss something the first time?" But he's only going to be like, "Nah, I'm good."
You look over, and your room is much as you left it. However, there is a singular sage leaf joint that's kind of already been pre-rolled on you, put on your bed with a little note like, "Sorry." It says, "Sorry, I borrowed your stash, but that was before I knew you were cool."
He's gonna say aloud, "Oh, no worries," and he'll take the joint and he'll head downstairs.
Yeah. And heading down, you do see the sight of Dane and Zion at the bar. Already got their drinks in hand, and they are beginning to enjoy a bit of merriment.
Successful mission. Are you guys too drunk, or
yeah.
am I buying the next round?
No, we got a very successful mission. By the way, I returned the tools to the guy at the Steamheart Foundry, Grunel, Gundren at the foundry, and he gave me this, and he's pull up that little ruby.
Ollie will be like, "Oh no
Beautiful.
way! I totally forgot this when we got the last ruby, but like, I could like maybe make some jewelry out of that and like sell it for maybe more."
Oh, this one. They said this one's not that great. Like it's actually a bunch of rubies combined into one ruby. I don't know if that'd mess up your jewelry making.
I could probably hide
Are you
it
proficient?
better.
Are you proficient in jewel crafting? You would know that's an automatic mark against most gemstones. Anything that's grafted is you have that elite. You've been taught. You might not believe it, but you've been taught that elitist mentality. However, like looking at it, make a jewel crafting kit check. Whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah. Well,
Jewel crafter's tools check.
he knows that it's less valuable, but he think he can hide it. Is really what he's gonna be looking for.
He said it's worth like 300 smackers.
Looking at it, you would have a tough time. You wouldn't have known if they didn't say anything. Like, this is perfectly seamless. It doesn't look grafted at all. In fact, they might be lying to you.
And he'll be like, "You guys, you know I got this kit, so like, why are you lying to me? This thing looks great."
I don't even know what that means. But
Yeah.
he seemed to try to hide whatever. Like, I don't know. He seemed like he shouldn't have told me, but he did that. It's whatever. But he said that if we're gonna sell it, to shut the fuck up about it. He also said that now that he's got his tools back that are apparently worth like tens of thousands of gold, who knew? He actually can like fix Magitech thingamajigs, and he actually mentioned your belt that he could like do a thing to it.
Ollie's also got to take out his like regular Tinker's tools and be like, "Oh shit, he had really good ones." Oh well.
Yeah,
Glad he
those
got it
tools
back.
apparently like way because I when I gave him the tools and he gave him this gem, I said, "Hey, that's like a bit much. We just like grab some tools and like you can like go down to the bazaar and buy tools for way less." And then he insisted those are worth tens of thousands and that this gem is not worth remotely as much as the object that we returned to him. Then he also got all defensive, thinking that I was going to feel like I got gypped.
All that
The
makes
point
sense.
is, you know, heart of the matter, he mentioned your belt, so he knows it does something. I don't know what it does, but he says it does a thing, and he says he can make it do a better thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool. I wonder how much it's going to cost. Maybe if I sell this thing, it'll be really good.
I don't know, maybe like a 300 gold ruby that's definitely not graded.
That'd be crazy. There's no
Or
way.
grappled, whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever it was. Probably more.
I'll offer you 250 gold for it. I'm firm on that price
Oh.
for my own reasons.
Well, I'll try to, let's see. I'll have, if we got time, I didn't really see anything going down at the Hollow Home. So like maybe I'll head down to the market, see if I can get a nice chain for it. Or maybe if there's someone looking for some jewelry, I can maybe make a special order. But yeah, I'll probably head by there once I get some more cash, because I bet it's gonna be pretty expensive to fix this
Wizards
thing
and
up.
stuff like put magic in gems and things like that.
What?
Man, don't they put like magic inside gemstones and things like that? I know they like use gems for things, but like, can't they like put a spell in it?
Yeah, I think something along the lines of like
Yeah.
arcane
You guys are
focusing
crazy.
Or, I
Mhm.
don't know.
I don't know,
You
that'd
can
be
put like
pretty cool,
sound
maybe.
in it, but like magic, that's kind of crazy.
Wait, you can put a sound in it?
Well, like a sound crystal, like in the cave. I don't know what rubies do. I wonder if I would put something in there, if it would like play back real nice.
We should have gotten
Dane's just
some
gonna,
of
like,
those sound crystals
Flick
from the cave.
it, see if it dings.
The snail was too much of a threat.
I know.
You had
make
to
some cool
flee there with
instruments.
your lives,
Yeah, I'm kind of
barely
hoping it's like still
escaping.
chasing us, so we could like wrap around it if we get our dune buggy and we can get like some sound crystals.
Hmm. Don't tell Dramus, it might still be chasing us. I think he'll have like another panic attack.
Yeah, hopefully it's
I
after.
don't know.
Maybe that's why
We
he's not
slept
sleeping.
for like we stopped moving for hours.
Maybe it did too.
I don't know. Have you ever seen a snail sleep?
Has a snail ever seen me sleep?
Probably.
Possibly.
We slept outside.
Oh yeah.
So, in the off chance that there was a snail, maybe. I don't know. Do you sleep?
No. Well,
It was a trick question, I guess.
whoa.
Have
It's
I
like a
ever
half
seen you
sleep.
sleep? I've seen you passed out.
I kind of like vibe out for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's sleeping. Whatever. Point is, I'm
Yeah,
sure
me-
a snail has seen me sleep, but I ain't never seen a snail sleep. I
That
don't
makes 2 of us.
quite believe they do.
Next time we find a snail, we can like jar it.
We'll watch it
and-
all day. We'll follow it
Yeah.
for 24 hours.
We can all sit in a kumbaya circle and watch them. It's like, go to sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah, we got nothing. Oh, wait. I literally know a spell that puts things to sleep. I can try it on the snail.
Oh,
I don't know if like you can put things to sleep. I mean, like, does it have to sleep? That's the question. Is it the big, crazy, angry musician snail is like coming after us and we stopped sleep, but did he? You know, I'm sure like you could put him to sleep, but I don't know if he needs to. What do snails run off of?
snails
Fear?
around.
Hatred.
You hear
That one
James.
seemed angry. Anyways, that's what I got. I got this, and he's gonna like turn around with his armor and thumb to the initials. It's mine now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Sick.
it fits better.
What
It's
what was wrong with it in the first place?
I was just old as my dad's old armor from when he did his thing, and whenever I became a man or whatever, he gave it to me, and he gave me this, and he he pulls that sword. He pulls his sword inside a bar, but whatever. People know him. Yeah, it's that. It doesn't look
they
like a normal
recognize you.
sword. It's like thick. It's super heavy. It's like very like sharp angles on it. There's like no elegance to this thing at all. It's just
Basically, a big
like a slab of
butcher's
metal that has like
cleaver,
leather
yeah.
wrapped around where the handle would be, and it's designed for chopping wood in half. That is what it's for. It's basically an axe, but a sword. It's a
Long.
sword replacement for an axe.
Hmm.
They gave me them, and it was all damaged, and it didn't quite fit right. It's fit for him, and he's way bigger than me. So, but I went and got it fixed, and my mom gave me this, and he pulls out his little necklace with like a little magic thing in it.
Oh, yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah, I don't know what it does, but she said it keeps me safe. And I feel pretty safe.
Ollie
And
actually
my
stepped
dad
away.
argued that the armor keeps me safe. And then my mom said that no, the armor, it prevents things from happening, but this one will actually keep me safe. And they got into a fight about it and they got over it.
As you're kind of saying that, Ollie is coming back with like the 2 beers that he went to the bar to get. He's like, "Oh no way, man!" He's like drinking one.
As your drinks continue, the hour grows later. It's getting around 5 o'clock at this point. Just kind of dropping back over to Dramus, the Inkwell. You've read through this tome for about 2 or so hours at this point, and you've got a good idea of the story of Valiant Quinvin. At least the legends of him. Apparently, he did a lot of incredible feats. Most of them are so fantastical in sound that they are almost certainly embellishments. Others of them have bits of truth. He was apparently a hero known for being able to weave his magic so intricately that he could even spells that would create great balls of fire and call down lightning could be used to such a fine degree as to only kill when he intended, which apparently was not very often, which is what got him such a good reputation. He was a good magician, quote unquote. That's what the book's titled, The Good Magician.
Dang. So, are we just assuming that what you were referring to earlier was like a careful spell, like the meta magic, or
Perhaps. You don't know. Perhaps there is some other forbidden secret knowledge to discover.
Careful just makes it where it just doesn't target things.
Yeah.
This sounds like he's straight up zapping people with lightning and knocking them out instead of killing them.
Non-lethal
instantly.
spells. I don't know if there is any like raw way to do it,
There isn't.
frankly. So,
Sleep.
if he was able to do it, he was doing something crazy.
So it is possible. You know, that being said, if that part of the book is true and not drivel like the rest of it. But suppose I'll hold on to it for now, and he's gonna stow it in his little like messenger bag pack, and then he's gonna leave the library or the inkwell, and he's gonna go ahead and head over to the saloon, assuming that's where everyone was, or that's what they talked about, or
Yeah.
where they talked about meeting up.
Around this time, you all see Dramus come in. You see Dramus. You walk into the bar. You see Ollie with like two fistful of like flagons, like beer, just kind of going forth to a table where the gang is situated. And the interior of this tavern is like a multi-tiered tavern. Like the interior of the main hall kind of goes up and up and up, and there's like balconies and overhangs, essentially lofts almost. For various seating areas. What level would you guys be on? Would you guys be on the upper level, the main floor, or
I figure main floor.
main
Yeah.
floor?
Yeah, I figure main
Usual
floor because
group,
that's
main floor.
it's wherever all the
Quicker to
Caden
get drinks.
drinkers are, which I imagine is main floor.
Yep, because it's faster to get drinks. That's where the Caden Night Scouts like, hey, I don't want
And
to
they're
wait for
also
servers to go all the way
hammered, like,
up.
stairs is a dangerous thing.
And that's true.
So probably main
They
floor.
actually have some of the
and we
waiters and the
established
wait
before
staff.
in a previous session that Ollie looked up to
Yep.
see his guy that
Yep.
ignored him.
Well, you already didn't see them.
Yeah.
But there's
Before.
there's also like dung elevators, but they're like they're powered by automaton, like automatically. They're like little elevator. I guess it's just a normal elevator as we would know it. So there's an elevators that kind of like lift up various supplies, but you also see that they can actually carry servers. They can like step on the waiters, and they can just rise up, bring drinks up to multiple levels pretty quickly and efficiently. But still takes more time than just going up to the bar yourself. There's Dramus. Whoa.
Oh. Waiter, shot for my friend. He blooded his first person the other day.
And you gotta get there's a few adventures in the tavern, and they kind of look over. Him?
Yeah?
You sure?
Yeah, quite the scrapper.
As he says that, he just kind of, as he's stepping forward, he stops on like his ankle, and then like on his heel, he just kind of spins around and just walks right out.
Ooh.
Looks like we may have hurt his feelings. Tell him I'm sorry. He just didn't like a fighter, or maybe he's got magic or something. It just didn't seem like he was gonna hit someone. And they kind of turn back to their drinks and just kind of go back to it. But you three see Dramus out.
He didn't even comment on my tan.
Famous.
I've been working on this for 2 hours.
James, sorry, come back. I was joking. He didn't blood anyone.
Seems he's a little outside in the street. You'd have to run to catch up with him.
Oh, god damn it. Okay, I'll go get him. Dramus, sorry.
Yeah.
Dramus.
Head out in the stair. How fast were you strolling away, Dramus?
I mean, probably just a regular pace. He's not really. Yeah.
You catch up, Zion, and like you kind of catch up with him and just push outside the tavern. You see him standing, just kind of walking off.
Yeah. I'll like physically like grab him. Not like hard, just like shove
Grab him
him
by the throat,
gently
choke slam on the
forward.
ground. Where do you think you're going?
Just like a friend gently leading them back into the tavern. I was joking. I'm sorry. I won't bring it up again. Come on, we
Just
got
kinda
lots to talk about.
Takes a little sip. Right. Yeah, not like I'm, traumatized by it or anything.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm bad at trauma.
Clearly.
Yeah, they don't really teach you that in Pod College. They just send like, oh, make stories about everything you see, and that's what I
Right.
go by.
They don't
Drama
really teach
versus
you that sort of
trauma.
thing in the noble houses either, so
Yeah. I would have thought that like killing normies was a good thing in the noble houses or something.
Maybe for some of them, not for me.
It's time for the annual peasant hunt. Release the
Let's
hounds.
get them.
Bring me my arquebus.
That being said, he kind of adjusts his glasses a little bit.
Hmm.
Smirk kind of appears on his face. I'll forgive you this time, but make that joke again and your head will be next.
Draw a real big circle. Also, Ollie, your mouth's moving, but no sound's coming out. I think you need to put a new crystal in.
Ollie's just
Or he's
reacting.
pogging. He's pogging.
Yeah.
Ollie Pog. Now we need that as a AI generated meme. Get Ollie Pog facing. That's your new task.
You know what? I will.
I know we were talking about spells earlier, and I was saying something about putting a snail to sleep. Do you know a sleep spell? You know,
Sleep spell,
like-
yes.
yeah.
It's pretty common.
Some, don't worry about it. Next time, just put them to sleep instead of, the other thing, and you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it ever again.
Do snails sleep?
You know, I asked the same question. I feel very validated right now. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I feel like they might not, at least like the common snails. Like, how long do they actually live? Like 4 days? They're just like awake for 4 days and they die or something.
I feel
What?
like that snails live longer than that to learn how to play them rocks.
Snails live up to 10 years.
Oh,
I was gonna
Jesus
say.
Christ.
I was like,
Never mind. I was
like-
completely wrong. Yeah, I was thinking of like flies or something. They're not.
No
in the
wonder you've
same-
never seen one sleep. They don't live long enough to see it.
Like flies and snails might have been in like the same kind of. I don't know. Totally wrong.
Nature check if you want to know if they sleep or not.
Nature's terrible.
They might. Zion, you know they do.
Not think about it. They definitely have
Ollie-
to sleep if they live 10 years.
It really could be
Jesus
either way.
That makes sense.
Or perhaps they do something similar to you and they just vibe out like that one snail was doing in the cave. He was just playing music. Maybe that was his version of sleeping.
Oh, we woke him up. He just says apropos of nothing.
If they live for 10 years, they definitely have to sleep. Can you imagine being awake for 10 years?
I can't imagine being an elf.
Or a snail.
We've talked about this.
I never really imagined being anything else.
Now I'm going to dream of snails. Which is, I'm not going to get into the details, but that's marginally worse than what I was dreaming about before.
Oh, I'm sure we can guess.
I hope
Just a
not.
bet.
I kind of hope that snail's still coming for us. I'd like to see it again.
Go back.
in
I mean, I
10
don't want to,
years.
but we could.
When he's like an elder. He's like an
Yeah.
elderly old man.
Elder
He's like
snail.
crumbling. I found you. And they dies of old age.
Old age being 4 days.
Well,
Until
so
that day.
did we have anything that we were going? I mean, isn't it a celebration, all that good stuff? But do we have anything that we were gonna do, or should we go check the board?
I was gonna ask, is the elder here?
It doesn't seem like he's here right now. He was someone saw him
God.
going to the tower.
He works so long. I mean, it's like 5 o'clock, isn't he off?
The
Anyway,
elder never sleeps. The work of a hero never ends.
maybe I was gonna check to see if anybody here like heard anything about the Hollow Home. There's some
But-
kids that ran around there, but otherwise I didn't really see anything happening.
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
notable figures of the tavern are there's a few people actually
Is there a
in the
known
tavern.
gossip in the tavern?
That would probably the person who hears the most is going to be the bartender. So it's me. I had his name here. This is not a good list. I've decided it's not very easy to look through. There's so many fucking names here. Need to reorganize it somehow. Finn, the bartender.
All right, I should probably go to Finn and Is anyone want to come with me? I feel like he's gonna be mad that I haven't paid rent yet, but now I'm good for it. So like, hopefully he's like pretty cool. But I want to ask about the Hollow Home and I guess pay rent.
Well,
All right, I'll do it on my own.
your group looks like they're like waiting for you to like head off, and as you start to head over to Finn to
thanks.
talk about your living arrangements, you see the young innkeeper standing behind the counter. His bright blue eyes are scanning the room, taking notes of each patron's needs, and he already is looking at you as you come by, and he says, "Ollie, are you here to talk about what I think you're here to talk about? Or what I hope?"
Hey, Finn. Yeah, just so you know, I've been working really hard lately and I've got some pocket change. Figure, let's even up and then hey, if you've got 2 more beers to give me, that'd be cool. And also, if you want to like tell me anything about the Hollow Home, anything you heard, I'd appreciate
He
that.
scratches his head a little bit and he looks. You want to settle up, including for tonight's, stay. I assume you're sleeping here tonight.
Yeah, probably like the
That's
whole
just
month. Let's just like
for the month. All right, it's gonna be about let's see, the rest of the month, about 30 gold.
Finn.
You
It's
don't have
worth
to pay
it.
it all at once. That's including covering the debt so far. But half will get you, halfway through the month almost.
Finn, that sounds great. I got this new like jewel. I think I'm gonna create something really nice with it. Oh, Finn, were you thinking about like proposing to your girl soon? Did you want like a ring, rubies? Your mother, does she need a gift? I could make a great necklace for her.
Well, I was looking at that. I ain't with anybody, but
Finn,
I do like
come
I do like
on.
Elwyn sometimes. We talk. We've been kicking it off a little bit here and there, and she's smart, knows a lot, but nothing too serious.
Think she's the kind of girl that would like some jewelry, Finn?
She likes trivia, and she
Oh,
has a nice outfit.
well, you know what? I'll put in a good word for you. But yeah, let's do like half now, probably half later.
All right.
We'll hand him
Well, 15 gold.
15 gold.
And you
Of his
want to know about the
clearly
hollow
full
home?
purse.
He doesn't seem to mind. And he looks at you and takes the coin. So the hollow home, what's got you curious about it?
Well, Finn, it's real like secret, like military shepherd business. So there's only so much I can divulge. But
All right.
rumor has it, I'm gonna tell you everything anyway. There's some mercenaries that sometimes use that place, and they might be transporting some ill-begotten goods in the form of people. They're like soon.
Well, I don't know how much help it is, but I do know one thing about the Hollow Home. Of course, you kids like to go in there and do your little drawings and all that stuff. And when I was younger, I did too. He's not that much, especially as you as an elf. He's not that much, even relatively. He's not that much older than you are. And he looks over, kind of gazing out the window towards the Hollow Home. Well, one thing I do know about it is that after the owners met that unfortunate fate, well, the building went to shit. Apparently, some kids went down to the cellar one day and they started fucking around, and one of the walls collapsed, hurt some of the kids, got them all fucked up. But when that wall collapsed, they were fine at the end of the day. But when that wall collapsed, it revealed there was this large like cavern and tunnel system, never been fully explored, but that's down there.
You know what, Vin? That's really helpful. Has anyone been in there since, or is it just like the kids that go in there?
Mostly kids. Most people don't want to risk purchasing the property because people believe it's cursed. But I don't know. It ain't the most attractive of homes anymore, so that's kind of my 2 cents on why it hadn't been purchased yet. But the elder, he's got the papers ready to go.
And Ollie will describe the kids that like ran up to the building. He's like, oh, yeah, I saw some kids running up to it, and it looks like they just hung out there. They didn't do anything too serious. But do you know who they are? Just wondering if they've seen anything. And just tell them to keep away. It's dangerous.
I don't deal with too many kids in this particular bar.
That makes sense. Me
But
neither.
I know the kid. Now, don't take this the wrong way, but I know Seamus, the old fishmaster. He and the kids, they get along. They like fishing.
I literally don't understand how I could take that the wrong way, but like, thank you. That's helpful information.
Well, what they say about him.
No, he likes fish.
Well, don't worry too much about it. He's a good guy. No, any of those rumors, I'm sure, are unfounded.
Yeah, probably. We talked to him earlier. He seemed like a good guy. He didn't know anything about fish mercenaries, but
he provides a lot of fish for the place, and I've known him for years. It's just people see an older feller hanging out with kids, and they get the weird ideas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, hey, Finn, thanks so much. I'm going to take these 2 beers that you poured for me, and I'm going to head back over to where we're hanging out. But you know what? I'll flip him like 2 silver. Have yourself something nice.
He takes it, and he looks, sure you don't want me just to apply it to your tab?
No, but here, he'll flick 2 more. Apply these 2.
He takes it.
Smooth.
Fair enough. And he pours himself a flagon full of ale. Well, cheers.
Cheers. And he'll head back with his beers. And he'll be like, okay, so there's apparently like some secret cave at the bottom of the hollow home. Seems pretty dangerous. Some kids like to hang out there, but nothing else really been seen around them.
Another secret cave.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll find more snails.
Every cave has a snail. It all goes back to the snail cave. That's where he's going to come out and get you. You thought you escaped, but this cave connects to mine. Let's go ahead, before we get too much further into this, while we're all chilling in the saloon, take a 15-minute break here. We'll take a nice 15-minute here, get back here about 10:05-ish. That's a little hour over 50 minutes, but you get the idea. 10:05. And we'll pick up for the second half of our session here.
All right.
Reagan's like, wait a minute. 10:05 is not 15 minutes after. It's like 10:53, but that's okay. We gave him change. All
I'm here, by the way.
right, nice. Oh. Hmm. I do like the implication from Zion that, like, yeah, noble houses, they hate therapy. they don't they don't teach you how to deal with trauma. And that's, that's probably true. That's probably generally true. There's not enough therapists in this part of the world, or in any part of the world. Therapy is a really underutilized profession in Regatia. Despite all their knowledge and all their magic, couldn't figure out how to. Well, I mean, it actually kind of makes sense.
Any
Why would you need
therapy? We
therapy
have
when you could just
gizmos.
enchantment? Yeah, we just enchant you to feel better.
We have fucking motorcycles.
It's sick.
I should have been a therapist.
There's a character for it. Well, jumping.
He runs a
back-
Krispy Kreme.
He does. That's kind of the character I was talking about, the mirror image version. But yeah, that one is too. That one is also kind of a therapist. But jumping back where we left off, I believe we're all still in the Skyward Saloon, enjoying our drinks, enjoying our revelries, and just kind of figuring out where the rest of the night takes us. So, jumping back into the lively saloon, it is actually kind of prime time. It's getting a little tough to leave at this hour, just because there's so many people coming in. Things are really just now kind of getting into the full swing of things at the saloon. But ultimately, where you decide to go from here is up to you.
Do we go check the board?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't really have a date on when the prisoners might be moved to Hollow Home, right?
No, you guys have learned that information about a day ago, about 12 hours, 16 hours ago, more or less. It's actually been about a full day because it's about 6 p.m. at this point. So it's been about 24-ish hours since you learned that information. Based on, this map here, as Matt was saying, when they say the Barrier Mountains, that's all of these mountains, that's the entire mountain range. But one could assume that they are somewhat close to Ramshorn, given the proximity of the recruitment camp and all of the information learned about the operation. However, even that could be a lot. Like, does this mean close? Like in the middle here, does that mean close to Ramshorn? Because 40 miles away. Does this mean close to Ramshorn? It's 20 miles away, so on and so forth. So it's very well within the possibility that they've already gotten there, but you guys have no way of knowing. With the current amount of information, at least.
Maybe we just, I mean, it has to be slow to move a bunch of prisoners. So, yeah, board sounds fun.
Or like we could put something on the board. That's too public. We could pay someone to keep an eye on it. And then when we come back, they can fill us in on anything, anyone coming or going from the Hollow Home.
I like that.
Like a PI.
Yeah, I like that. Do we need a PI? I feel like any kid who can stand can probably just watch the hole in the wall and tell us if anything happens.
Yeah, but kids have short attention spans.
They might want to go fish.
Yeah. They might want to fuck off.
Hmm.
But a PI is he's got a reputation on the line. And what's more prestigious than getting to do a private investigation for the shepherds? Or at least, people who used to be the shepherds.
Except for Ollie.
It was just a hazing thing, Ollie. You were always one of us.
Yeah. And now I'm
Just
just
never
like
got officially
always
sworn
hazing.
in.
Yeah.
Never got officially sworn in.
Well,
Never got the badge.
my mom took away my sword, so I couldn't do it anymore.
Hmm. That makes sense.
And we
Okay.
were little kids and we're hitting puberty and all that, and we're mean. But it's all better now. You forgive us.
Bygones and bygones.
Yep.
That
So
was like
do we
3
pick
years ago
someone?
or something.
It's little
It was like last week for me, but
longer
whatever.
than that, but it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I don't want to sit here and watch the house, and I don't think any of you do either. Maybe, I don't know, Ollie, you might be into that, but there's a good board with good things to do and good people that need good people like us to do good things for them. And we could just pay someone who ain't got nothing better to do. Wash the house. But
Yeah.
I'd rather it be someone like that kind of knows what they're doing, so they're not so obvious about it. Because like, I don't know if kids are fucking around there. Either A, the bad guys are just going to not bring prisoners around because it's there, or B, they're just going to take the kids.
And
They're
then we'd have to save more kids.
taking people's kids is kind of established part of their MO.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we could put something on the board.
Yeah, how much could it be? I mean, I
you
don't know if
think-
we want to put on the board since it's kind of obvious, they could see it. But like, we could find a PI, and mum's the word.
Oh yeah.
Keep it on the hush.
Do you know any PIs that have been here the last few years?
Let me check my Rolodex of things that God tells me.
You could
He's gonna kick back his
probably
booze while he thinks.
you could probably try to find one. Admittedly, a lot of adventurers self-proclaim to be PIs. That's that's part of their gig, and there are plenty of adventurers in this tavern. So options are abound, but anyone who would introduce themselves as like a PI is much rarer than someone who would introduce themselves as an adventurer. They just have
Mhm.
similar overlap.
We can put a post that's
Mercenaries would
like,
be a great option too. I mean, if you want to go hire some mercenaries.
you
I'll
can
let
put
you
a
do
post that like doesn't give the details, just like for clandestine mission, see the sheepdog for details in payment, and then we could like vibe check them.
What if we just shout real loud, "Who wants a job for some gold?"
Before we go too far on this line of thinking, let's hear. So, do we even want to go this route?
I'm okay
Ollie
with it.
Dramus?
Doesn't have a particular preference.
Sorry, I was eating. I was here the whole time.
No worries. Just want to get your input on the situation before we think too much about it. If that's not what we're gonna do.
No, I think Dramus would be on board. I mean, makes sense.
All right. Well, continue the conversation then. Just wanted to make sure before we got too deep in the conversation that we were all going to want to do that.
Yeah, that's what I think is maybe a good idea. Is put a post to just leave it real vague, but put things like clandestine or sneaky or
Incognito.
sure. I don't know if disguise is like part of the bit, but
Stinky.
could be. I think clandestine wraps it up pretty nicely.
Well, stinka.
All right. Want to mock up the poster, toss it on the board, and just drink for a few more hours until we get a bite?
Yeah. Everyone?
Yeah.
Good idea? Bad idea?
As long as we're here, I mean, if Ollie didn't find anything while he was scouting, I mean, no, use in leaving the town or anything until we have someone to watch it for us. So
Yeah, so we can like put up the thing, and then we can maybe check the board and see if there's anything we want to do, so then we kind of know a time frame we got to pay this person.
works for me.
Right.
All right.
Let's go check out the board.
Heading over to the board. It's just right in front of the Hearthstone here. The hour does begin to grow late as you kind of make your way through town. But checking out the board here, well, we'll just say what's on the board now, and then you guys can decide what to do with your posting and how to do it and what exactly you're going to post. So, 3 prominent posts seem to catch your attention. The first is posted by the owner of the Mystic Apothecary. She is unable to keep up with the demand for medical attention coming from reckless youths driving their Magiwheel trailblazers too deep into the elemental wasteland. The youths are trying to get to the center of the wasteland where a mysterious structure is, but none have yet been able to reach it, and she wants the wasteland to be safer. And she knows that it's, simply getting rid of the trailblazers. She kind of mentioned in the post here. It's kind of a tough option. Like, that's kind of like getting rid of cars, like, banning cars outright. It doesn't seem super realistic, since the youth will either find another way to get the vehicles, or they'll just wander out there in general with less preparation than having the vehicle. That is one post. There's another posted by the village elder, who has put up a post looking for volunteers to ride the magic cart trolley to the steam-powered catacombs, where many of the entombed dead have been coming up with missing body parts. Animals are suspected, beasts are suspected, but the guard is too stretched thin to wander this far from Ramshorn, and thus he's offering a reward to adventurers who would ensure the catacombs are secure. And finally, the owner of Old Deadeye's Range has an arrangement with the Beast Warden, who lives on the edge of the Smoky Wood. She collects large quantities of hunted carcasses to him so that he may feed, and delivers them to him, or he actually comes and picks them up, I should say, so that he may feed the powerful beast of the wood. This has preserved a delicate balance between the powerful creatures of the Smoky Wood and the people of Ramshorn. The Beast Warden hasn't arrived for his latest shipment, and the owner of the range can't afford to transport the goods themselves. Large monster attacks have been increasing as a result of this circumstance, which has made matters all the more difficult. But those are the 3. This is very cheery music. Hang on. Those are the 3 posts on this board.
Well, I have my thoughts. If anyone else wants to go first.
Yeah, like how much are they?
Yeah, the most valuable to get the most gold out of your time is going to be seemingly the reward offered by the elder. He has a 200 gold promise to anyone who can make sure that no more corpses are being disturbed. The others are, not too far off, but that is the most lucrative.
Sounds like if we take the first one, we can knock 2 stones down, or whatever the saying is, and ride a dune buggy.
2 stones, 1 bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part's cool, but like, I just kind of wanted to ride the dune buggy. I didn't want to like solve this whole thing just so kids would stop. That feels like a lot.
That's fair.
What if we asked the dune buggy guy to put like an age requirement, like 100 years? I don't know, something pretty small.
They have an age requirement. Funny enough, it's 16.
Let's maybe you can move it up to like 100 years.
Yeah. If feels like it should be like race based, or is that like illegal? I don't know, but like
That seems illegal.
16
Just make it
and then
100
elf
years.
is like
It's worth
what?
mentioning
That kind of
that
excludes humans. That's kind of racist.
not that part. Racism's fine.
All right,
But
50
but
years.
Can't
so,
be racist
the
towards humans.
thing that's worth mentioning is one thing that is kind of largely drawing people into that area is the strange structure that appeared that has created this elemental wasteland that's kind of spreading and damaging the environment kind of thing. But which is why she mentions in her post she's concerned that just getting rid of the trailblazers won't be enough. Like people would still wander in there and get hurt, that kind of thing.
Well, my thoughts are there was the request for the if I read that correctly, the missing the beast warden.
Yes, the beast warden is missing.
Perhaps that has something to do with our encounter with the fleece mane back then. And I guess my concern with that is that if that fleece mane attacked us unprovoked, then odds are it's probably doing the same thing elsewhere. So I would feel like that's the most pertinent, considering it's probably the most dangerous for the village and those surrounding it.
Good talk.
Sounds accurate to me. I
Yeah.
believe you.
Yeah, I mean, I can go along with any of these, honestly.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not a little biased into picking that one to prove everyone that the fleece main story was true and make them all shut up about my tales and whatnot.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I'm still a little skeptical about the lion face main thing. So if we go there, you can all prove me wrong.
But it could just as well not be the fleece main.
Let's go find out. Let's do that one.
Any input? Ollie, you good? Fleece main? Or
Oh, sure. That
potential
thing is like
fleece main?
practically already dead. Should be easy.
It's at least hungry. Hopefully.
Yeah. So, do we have a gauge on like how long this will take?
I don't know.
The beast warden outpost is about 6 miles away.
That's not far.
But
What?
he's been missing, so if he's there, well, that solves the whole mystery. But if he's not there, it might be further.
Okay. So, I guess we just don't put a time frame on how long we're gonna be gone. We just say,
Yeah, but then we got to wonder how much we pay him because like the first thing we look for is how much it pays.
yeah, we'll say like 5 gold a day. Is that a lot? 10 gold a day.
That's a lot of gold.
So we've been flush in the last couple of days. I kind of lost track of how much what cost.
Yeah, if you're looking for just
Quite
this is kind
generous.
of within the realm of soldier/mercenary work. So it's gonna be 2 gold per day for unskilled labor. If you're looking for skilled or formal training or even like legendary levels of competency, respectively, you're gonna see a 5 gold per day, 8 gold per day, 20 gold per day jump.
I think we just need somebody who's not stupid. So 5.
I guess 5. That seems like a lot of money, but I guess not.
Yeah, say 5 gold a day. We don't
I'm just
know
not
how
used to all
long.
this gold.
Just sit there and watch and don't be found. And when we come back,
Watch,
we'll pay
report, take notes,
you. Yeah.
be reliable.
Draw
Yeah,
a
all
picture,
that.
maybe.
Sure. Okay. $5 a day or 5 gold. That's what I said.
5 gold dollars.
5 of them dollars, one per day. That'd be
gold a
gold up
day.
in them our hills.
Watch the hollow home. Take notes and don't be
I
seen.
guess just until we get back.
Yeah, and then when we get back, we'll pay you whatever.
Oh, that has kind of like a presumption, like, you know, what if we're gone for like a while and they keep doing it and then we come back and it's too much and we don't pay them? Like, how do they know we're going to pay them? You know, there's got to be some kind of guarantee.
I mean, how much money do you have? I have like
A lot.
70. That's like 8 days. I forget.
I got like 3 of you.
Yeah, then we're good. We can be like, hey, I'll give you like 15 up front or no, 15. He might run off with 15. Like
Mhm.
10 up front and however much we owe you when we get back.
Okay, sure. So in need of, I don't know, clandestine work,
Mm-hmm.
5 gold per day,
Yeah.
10 gold up front, rest paid upon
I feel like we shouldn't
completion.
advertise the 10 gold up front because then that'll just attract like schemy people who will just want the 10 gold and then fuck off.
Okay, that's true. Right,
Is
5
Dane
gold per
good
day
handwriting?
Yeah, 5 gold
until
per day.
completion.
Yeah.
And we'll leave completion vague.
And what contact information are you leaving?
See, sheepdog.
Yeah, only local. Only locals or people that ask locals, which adventurers probably would. So
Does Dane have good handwriting?
probably one of the
I
worst.
feel like
Ollie might be a little bit worse, but it's hard to say because like it's combined with drug addiction and
I feel like Dane
military
has,
training for calligraphy. So it's like
he
a
doesn't have
mixed
elegant
bag.
handwriting, but any stretch. But I think he has very legible print.
Oh,
Due
doesn't
from
have, like,
his mother and
backup
him writing
spells or
scripture from her.
anything like that. Makes sense.
So I actually think he actually has like very serviceable handwriting. He doesn't look like he has better handwriting than that for sure.
I don't know
Mhm.
why, but I just visualize him like doing the thing where like a kid's like
Right.
really focused on a task and they have like their tongue sticking out a little bit, like as he's like writing it, and he's like
Dane
he's,
does
like,
write in
mouthing.
only capital letters.
I was gonna say, is it like capital letters and his lowercase is like smaller
Just smaller capital letters, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's, yeah, I think Dane has pretty good handwriting. Like it's very, very legible because his mother would make him write scripture for sure. Yeah, he'll be writing it down.
All right. Well, with that written and the post made, you put that up and you put a post out for.
We rip down the one and we put the sheepdog one in its place.
More or less as see sheepdog for clandestine work offering 5 GP a day.
Mhm.
Yep. Cool. The post is made.
Can we get another rundown of the quest that we accepted? Just
Yeah.
like what information was on there?
You took the Beast Warden one, right?
Yep.
Cool. So, looking at it, the person to talk to, if you want to get more specifics than what is listed here, would be the owner of Old Deadeye's Range. She has an arrangement with the Beast Warden, who lives on the edge of the Smoky Wood. She collects large quantities of carcasses that she hunts and her hunters hunt to bring to him so that he may feed the powerful beasts of the wood. This has preserved a delicate balance between the powerful creatures of the wood and the people of Ramshorn. What's kind of led to there being a neutrality of sorts. The Fleeceman's Lion attacking is weird because typically these kind of monsters are fed and dealt with. The Beast Warden hasn't arrived for his latest shipment, and the owner of the range can't afford to transport the goods themselves. So, large monster attacks have been increasing as a result of this, and so she is looking for someone to either discover where the Beast Warden went, deliver the supplies to himself, but that's kind of premature. realistically, it's about finding the Beast Warden because he's the one that feeds them.
Right then, suppose we should head to the range and ask some questions and
Well, we
go
got to
from
stick
there.
around long enough for someone to see the post. Because the whole thing is
Range
they
is
got to watch it while we're gone.
well, the range is in the village, is it not?
6 miles, I think.
Yeah, the
6
range
miles out of
is
town.
within the old Deadeye's range is I think what he's talking about is
Yeah, it's right
the
here.
person who
yeah.
posted the thing is within town.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, sure. And it's getting real busy here, so now's probably a good time for us to go and fuck about while people, see the board. Then I don't know, they'll find us tomorrow.
Someone will find you. You're not hard to find.
Thanks.
Oh, because people
Because
know.
I'm famous. Let's leave it at that.
Right?
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, perfect.
Not that you're loud or anything. That's not what
That's
I'm
because I try really hard.
right. And I admire you for that. I do.
I wish I could blow up people's heads the way you do.
He just looks down.
All right, to the range.
All right.
On the way out, Dane is going to go over to the bartender,
Mhm.
which
You're
I'm
at the
Dane
Hearthstone.
knows really well. Yeah. Oh, we're at the Hearthstone. Oh, that's
Yep.
where that is.
I thought
Well,
we
I
were
figured
putting it
Dane
up.
frequents this place a lot too. Is there like a teller or like a person that kind of is like in charge of the board, that type thing? Like
The elder was the one posting, but there are like service staff within the Hearthstone that kind of act as like town hall representatives. So there's like
attendance for these.
like a cleric or a clerical worker there at the desk. Yeah.
Then Dane wants to go to one of them, like probably the one that he has talked to or like used the most while he's done jobs across the years or whatever. So, hey, I posted a thing up there. That's my first time. If I did anything wrong, I'm sorry. I don't have time to fix it. But if you know anyone that's like real reliable and that you guys trust, I would really appreciate it if you could recommend it to them. It really do me a favor.
Is an elderly gnome individual like, oh, let me go and see what you've posted. He slowly stands up. His bones creak and crack as he begins to move. Okay.
Now, hold on. I'll bring it to you.
Let's go. And like as you're already gone and out, and by the time he's like barely passed around his desk, oh, you're so kind. Takes it. Let's see. I need my spectacles. Let me go back behind my desk now. And you kind of run over around and grab the spectacles. You're so helpful, young master.
You know me. Anyways, Reed.
Let's see. As he adjusts his glasses, looks down at the note. Fine penmanship. I see your mother's taught you something after all.
She taught me more than that, but yeah.
Looks back at it. You're the sheepdog, yes? Most will know. You're being cryptic on purpose. Does that mean you're worried about who might accept this contract?
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm telling you, if there's anyone that you trust or know well, to recommend them to this, because I'm really kind of putting my neck out here.
I'll make sure that anyone who comes in here and asks about the sheepdog, the only ones who were sent on your trail, worthy ones.
I really appreciate you. You
nods.
You always help me so much. Whenever I was lost, I didn't know what to do.
Oh, come here. And he just hugs your knee. He's just like, oh, it's okay.
Dane will
We've
crouch
done a lot
down and
of
like full embrace this old man, like cry on his shoulder, like I was just alone for so long.
It's okay. It's okay. I know we've worked together for so long over the years with your mercenary work. But look over there. Your friends are back. You're no longer alone.
Yep.
You can hug them.
Yeah, that's like sort of like an unspoken thing that like you kind of like don't do unless one of us gets like married or something. Oh, one of us got married. Hold on. You're right. Yeah. Anyways, helpful people, trustworthy people, send them to me. Otherwise, tell them fuck off. Thanks.
As he pulls away. Well, wait, unmarried people, tell them to fuck off?
No, untrustworthy people.
Got you.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
Yeah, you got it. Trust your gut.
No,
It's a big one.
Well, then he looks over back towards your companions who are kind of awkwardly standing over there, and he is like, well, it looks like they're waiting for your love.
You guys watch a Dane walk over, talk to an old gnome who then started to walk, sprint over the board, bring back his paper, sprint behind the desk, give him back glasses, talk for a second, and then start crying and fall to the ground and hug the old man. And now he's walking back over you guys.
Was he crying?
He was definitely crying.
He's been going through a whole slew of emotions lately. He's all over the place.
We're good to go. He's
Dane,
on the case.
Are you all right?
I just got a little emotional. He was, whenever you guys all abandoned me, he didn't. Congratulations on your marriage, by the way.
Thanks. I thought we talked about this, but I
Oh
appreciate.
yeah, how did that work out, by the way?
Amazing.
Didn't.
It was great.
Oh? Well, now I'm getting conflicting information, so
Well, I'm here. Are you trying to rub it in, or do you actually care?
of course I care.
We're more or less on a break, I suppose.
Oh, I've heard of
We're on
those
break.
before.
Yeah, on a break.
I've heard from some friends that those aren't very great.
Yeah. Definitely not great.
Yeah, she's crazy.
That she is. But it's the crazy ones that get ya. Right, Dane?
Yeah. Ain't that
I
the
wouldn't
truth?
know.
Maybe one day you'll fall in love too, Dramus. You'll be a man.
Doubtful.
Which part?
Agreed.
Just leave it at that. Yeah, you're right. It takes elves a long fucking time to be a man. I'm born, live, and die in the time it takes for you to stop shitting yourself. So
I like to imagine when these conversations are happening and Ollie's just not saying anything. He's just like
hyper
in this-
racism. Always just zoned out on
Yeah,
Mars.
he's just
every
gone.
time. Just conveniently zones out all the anti-elf shit that Dane says.
Whatever he fixates on during that session, he's just thinking about that. So like right now,
Counting
it's
the
dune
nails
buggies.
and the boards of the ceiling.
Everyone's talking about how sad they are, and he's just like, damn, this sucks. I'm gonna think about something else.
Harsh my vibe. I mean, he said he if people that he trusts, which I trust his intuition, then he'll send them our way. Otherwise, he'll fuck them off.
He's gonna fuck
He'll-
them off.
Yeah,
he'll
that's the
what?
verbiage.
Classic verbiage.
Right.
Fuck them all
Well.
off.
Ollie, you good over there?
What?
Alright, he's good. Alright.
Get to see you haven't lost your edge.
I'm always sharp. I'm always ready. I was
I don't know
watching
how
the
you're
door,
this
just in
consistent.
case anyone comes in behind us.
Good
He
show.
wasn't. He was facing forward.
Yeah, a few people did come in behind you, but like seemingly went without Ollie's registration.
No, I
Any
checked
knowledge?
them. They're good.
Vibe checked him.
It's people he's never seen before. They seem good.
Okay, well that's done. I feel better about that. I didn't want to have to like weed through people. You guys know how like random applications for people go. Never know what you're going to get. You got to go through like a whole interview process with people. Like sometimes like you got
You're
your buddies in there
spoiling
with the
me.
interview for you.
True. That's true.
You got to turn away most of them because they don't know how to fill it out. They don't know what their Discord handle is.
It's complicated stuff, really. I mean, who's to blame someone who
Right.
doesn't know how Discord works?
Oh, right.
Well,
And off to
the
the range
message is
then.
posted. Yeah, the message is posted. The gnome is hugged, and the group presses on towards Old Deadeye's range. It's not too far of a journey, more or less. Yeah, I gotta organize this better. There we go. You find your way in to Old Deadeye's range. Here you see a human woman, tall, muscular build, long brown hair tied back in a tight ponytail, and her piercing blue eyes size you up as you enter. She wears a leather vest and a pair of fitted trousers that allow for easy movement. A quiver of arrows is strapped to her back, and she carries a recurved bow at her side. She smiles to reveal a chipped front tooth, and the sound of arrows whistling through the air fills the range, punctuated by the occasional thud of an arrow hitting a target. She looks at you. Oh, hello. You're here for target practice? Looking to buy a new bow? Interested in hunting some wild game?
Sorta.
Oh, Dane. You must be here about the post.
Hold it up. Yep.
Well, most of the information I had was there, but I'm happy to clear anything I can up if it leads to a better outcome for Ramshorn.
Right. Well, I'm used to just kind of grabbing the paper and winging it from there. But upon these guys' suggestion, we're here, so maybe just explain it to them, because like I totally know what to do, but just to catch them up.
Okay, well, need you to find the Beast Warden. He's very important. Without him, the beasts attack more.
That's what I said.
About how long has he been gone?
Ah, he was due to pick up his shipment 3 or 4 days ago. Let me check. 4 days ago.
4 days
Now,
ago.
his shipment is only once a month. If he's gone 4 days over his monthly supply, that worries me.
Right. Um. Do you know what kind of, animals he usually keeps at bay with whatever you supply him?
Oh, yeah, there's the classic, the fleece-mane lions, the large dire boars, dire wolves, the, you know, occasional crazed wyvern that happens to inhabit the wilderness. It doesn't really matter. If they're beasts and they're driven by hunger, you can drive them off by feeding them, which is what we do. Easier than killing every single one that comes around. And they kind of establish their own hierarchy when they understand that someone gives a shit about them.
Hmm. Why don't you guys do that last time you saw the fleece main lion? Give it some food.
We usually do.
Oh, sorry, not you. I was talking to Dane, Jameis, Ollie.
Because I was trying to
Fair.
eat Thaddeus.
Also, it's surprisingly easy to kill it.
Hmm.
Yeah, it kind of ran at us. It yelled a bit, and Ollie smacked the hell out of it a couple of times, and then it let out some really sad noise and ran off. And then I missed and let it go because it was sad.
I guess that Sky Marine training really pays off if you found a terrifying beast like that. An easy challenge.
No, I didn't really use any of my training. I just hit it with the stick like 3 times.
Hmm.
Bonk, bonk,
Yeah,
bonk.
now that I think about it, I
Very humble.
actually had my sword
Aye.
stuck in the log, and then I pulled it out of the log, and it kind of went over my head. And I think I actually bonked it pretty hard, and that's when it
Like
took
4
off.
good bonks and it's like
Yeah.
practically done.
Hmm.
I'm sure that's how it went. But good job nonetheless.
So, if we take the job, can we bring the shipment with us? Your shipment?
You want to carry a few 100 pounds of animal carcasses with you through the wilderness?
We got Bart.
You got caught.
I'm not really concerned about the weight. I'm more concerned about driving off all the creatures that are going to come to feast on that.
Well, I'm also concerned about once we get there, the creatures that are going to want to eat us if we don't have food to, satiate them, like you said.
Hmm.
I can
You
scare
can
my.
bring the food, but if you
Horses.
take the shipment, no, you'll be responsible for the cost of the shipment, which might not be much to adventurers like yourself, but it's just something to keep in mind. That if the shipment is lost, I will expect reimbursement.
Oh, Ollie wants to check the note. Like, wait, how much is she offering for this thing? This is gonna cost us money. What?
It's only going to cost you money if you want to bring the carcasses with you on your investigation. The job is to find the beast warden. It's not to go bring his meat to him.
Well, isn't this good for the
he's just
city
there.
too? Will someone pay for us to do this?
How much are all the carcasses worth if we lose it all?
Oh, like I said, not much for adventurers. I just want to make sure you're accountable for it.
Well, how much are we
only-
It
accountable?
feels weird that you're not giving a price though. It feels like if
30
you have
gold?
to ask, it's okay. There you go.
Oh.
30?
Golds.
She looks at you kind of like you're being awfully standoffish.
It's not terrible.
And how much does this thing pay again?
150 if you find
Oh
the
yeah,
beast
that's
warden.
fine. I'd be happy to take 130 or 120. It would just pay for the carcasses as well. I don't care.
You understand if you don't find the beast warden, you're still going to owe me the coin for the shipment.
Yeah, 30
The
gold.
job is to find the beast warden. If you want the
Yeah,
things,
and we'll
fine.
do the job. We're here. We're picking up the job. The beast ward's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm just,
We can talk to the elder and maybe he'll give us 30 gold because it'll
no. She actually
satiate
does
the
make a
beasts
point.
that are
If we do bring
attacking.
all the carcasses, it brings all the animals to us. Whereas if we don't bring the carcasses, they probably all don't come to us, or else there wouldn't be a need for the carcasses. And any ones that do come up, we can just probably get them to fuck off, or just kill them and add them to the pile.
Hey,
It's
how
up
much
to
do you pay
you.
for carcasses? Like if we bring back a bunch of dead beasts, do you pay for that?
I have enough for the last shipment, but if you're looking for hunting work, I usually pay hunters a gold per day of hunting.
That's nothing.
It's pretty damn good work
It's
if you
pretty
ask me.
good. We
Dane,
just
you
More
have
than
barely
most
raking it
peasants
in.
make in a year.
yeah, Dane, you have like half a year's worth of hunting.
Just tell people how much money you're carrying around. That's how you
Oh.
get mugged.
Sorry.
Not that you would mug us, but you know what I mean.
No,
No,
not
I
into the
actually think it's
robbery
probably a bad
trade.
idea. Because if we bring the cart, it's also there's all the Highlanders and stuff, highwaymen doing things, banditry about. And if they see us with a cart full of things, that's probably just, maybe we don't do the cart or the carcasses.
Oh.
Maybe we just do this, 4 people in the woods.
Okay. What if
Maybe
we
the
just
animals
carry
won't mess with us
around?
if there's 4 of us. Because,
Carry
last time there was only 3, and it took a fleece mane to fuck with us, and he was very hungry.
Yeah.
Everything else left.
Yeah, we are pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, or they just really avoid us. I don't think
Dramus,
we
how
need
do
the
you-
carcasses.
Dramus, how do you feel about blowing off animal heads? We cool with that?
I'd rather not blow off anything's head, preferably.
Okay. Just wondering.
I told you, that's not something I've ever seen happen before.
Okay, so
Circle was too big.
it's been gone 4 days.
It was dark. My depth
Give or take.
perception was kind of off. I was tired.
Sore wrist.
Yeah, my wrist was kind
A
of
little irritable, so just
It was
wanted to make
creaky.
the fireball bigger than it needed to
I
be.
could tell.
Well, it's like
You
like
really
when
kinda
I broke my
Instead of
wrist.
deciding how powerful you want it, you're kind of flipping,
Mhm.
I'll give it like a 1 to 10 random
We-
and see what happens.
You guys remember when we were kids and we were really into climbing buildings for a while there, and I
Mm.
fell and I broke my wrist when we were kids.
Mhm.
You remember that? Well,
Yeah.
it was kind of damp in that cave, so the cold, it was making my wrist creaky. That's what it
I
was.
wouldn't know. I've never
Who
broken it
signed
on.
the cast, though?
Just my mom.
No,
Just mom.
my friends
I
wouldn't
left room
sign
for
it.
dad, but he never
Mhm.
did.
I didn't know him at the time, actually.
That was a joke. I'm sorry.
My mom actually used to tell me that my dad was your dad because she used to try to scare me by telling me we were related.
My dad's great.
It worked.
He's also kind of scary.
Agreed.
Anyways, I think we can find him. I don't think it's too big of an issue. I'm pretty good at tracking things because I hunt, and I'm sure Ollie, they taught you how to find people in the military.
What? No.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like in the sky. No one really gets lost.
Yeah, you like look.
I mean, yeah, when I knock people off.
No, not for like
Mostly looking to see if they made sure they fell off.
not like looking for like lost people, but like scouting out the enemy, hunting down enemy forces in the deep lines from the sky, and then dive bombing them or whatever with your parachutes, whatever cool stuff you did.
Yeah, if you want me to like look in the sky to see if he's there, I will, but that seems weird.
No, I don't see him.
Okay, so maybe it's just me.
He's not in here.
I'll check again if you want.
Honestly, I'm a little
Okay.
out of my depth with this one. I'm good at people, not so much beast. So, I'm more
You
than
got that
happy with you
potion.
reading it. Oh yeah, I can talk to them. Oh, I can make friends with them, ish.
Maybe we
Okay.
find like a dog. Those are good at tracking down people.
She looks at you.
You have
just
like a
kinda
hunting dog?
Okay. Before you go, just in case, could you put the post back on the board just in case
No,
it goes
Someone else
poorly?
could
Someone
ruin our
else.
Listen,
investigation.
we got it. We got it.
I mean,
All right, fair,
tamper-
fair.
Have other
Okay.
boots covering tracks.
Yeah, we can't have some dummy on this trail.
I agree.
There's
Well-
some incompetent people messing it up.
He just like looks, just staring at you, just like, I'm still checking the skies.
No, but seriously, do you have like dogs?
Dogs, hunting dogs. We do actually have hunting dogs for sale.
Can I pet one?
You can.
Okay.
For sale.
For
Can we
free.
Rent.
rent one?
We don't really rent the dogs, sadly.
How much is a dog?
You have a sheepdog.
I do have.
You have a hot dog?
I have hunting dogs and I have shepherd dogs. Which are you
No,
looking
we want
for?
a hunting dog.
Hunting dog? You're looking for more of a hound. I got a good bloodhound
Mhm,
here.
mhm.
It'll only cost you about 10 gold pieces.
God, that's 10 days of hunting.
Aye, but you look at this.
Yeah, he's kind of big. Is there like a smaller one?
He does
like a
most of the work
cuter
for you.
one?
You want a puppy? Well, the puppy
No, not
ain't
like a puppy.
trained.
Just like not a bloodhound. Those are big and ominous sounding.
The hunting. You want like a hunting?
But look how
clothes?
wrinkly he is. How is
Yeah,
this
he's got, like-
ominous? He's just like
got,
she's
like,
flopping the
ropes
ears
and
around,
okay,
and they're
he's
just like
growing
blop,
on me.
blop, 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 blop. And
Okay,
it is a
so-
big brown, like yeah, it's a big brown bloodhound. Very cute. I'm just gonna find a. And she looks at it. But oh god, bloodhound fantasy art makes some fucking fucked up art.
That's a
Oh,
bad
I
idea.
want to hear that.
That's a bad. Here, let's do. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, this is what he looks like.
Oh, Dane, I like
how
this
old
one.
is he? He looks like he looks very old.
He looks a little old.
looks trained.
Now he's about 7 or so years old, little old, but he's experienced. He's got a best nose out of all my trackers. His ears, they're droopy.
Does that help?
Well, you can like flop them around. She just kind of goes back to flopping them around.
Okay, it's growing on me again.
But his nose, you'll
Don't
never
do
trick this bastard's nose. In fact,
Yeah,
that's his
but all
name.
the
I see a
dogs I know are
bouncing.
dogs that
There's
just
another
jump.
sheepdog like bouncing up in
My
the
dogs just
background, trying to get attention. But the bloodhound just like looking at you and just lets out a and just kind of lays down on the ground, slumps.
Yeah.
He's a little lazy, I'll admit, but again, we call him old bastard, and you won't get a better nose.
Oh, guys, I kind of like. Oh, bring it in.
Oh, you're right.
Guys, I think I love him.
Yeah, I don't mind
I
him.
think I
I'm
want
just,
him.
I'm just worried about what we're gonna do with him after. Is your mom
Oh,
gonna take care
I
of the
just give
dog?
him to mom and dad.
Okay, and then we can like take him out whenever we need him to do stuff.
Yeah, because dad can go. I mean, I have his bow, but like I'm sure he still hunts with like his bare hands or something. I don't know. I give him a dog, and I think if I told him old bastard, I think both my dad and my mom would could have laughed at that.
Okay. Old
I feel like
What
that's
else?
something Caden would not dog.
Sniffs up, lets out a
I can
bark,
hear.
and that was the role play for it. But I'm
Good
blood
job,
out a little
buddy.
bit deeper. He's get a little deeper, but he's got to work on his vocal tones. Really not selling a bloodhound to me. I mean, you should really criticize him, honest. No,
I
he's
think
a
he's
good boy.
doing his best. Okay,
He's doing his best. He's
it's his
trying.
first time role
He's
playing.
never
Okay?
tried to be a bloodhound
He hasn't
before.
done
Okay.
voices before. He's not good with accents.
But as the dog barks, old bastard, he kind of stands up, starts sniffing over towards Ollie. Ollie, make a stealth check.
You found the hash.
Oh,
Where did
Nice.
Where did
He's
you
still
stash
looking
it?
up.
Where did
This
you
is like
stash
in his
it?
coat pocket.
Just like in an old pocket, and you just hear, and kind of comes up forward, sniffs at your chest, pushes your coat out of the way if you don't allow, and he. Is it just the joint?
No, it's the bag that Zion gave him too.
He kind of like, but it's also the joint too.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a joint and bag. He kind of like picks up the joint and just kind of like has it in his mouth and just spits it out, pulls out the bag.
Okay, either that has to be useful, or this dog's a narc, and I don't want him.
No,
This
he can like.
guy's-
Oh, maybe he
he's-
can.
he's
After
good.
we find the guy, maybe he can find your stash.
He's looking up at you like expectantly, like, and he kind of nudges over the little joint towards you, like, oh, like a
Guys,
treat.
He wants me to smoke it.
Or he wants you to light him up.
He wants
The
us to
dog
smoke
like
it.
looks excited when you say light him up. It gets excited. He's like,
Okay, never mind.
bouncing
This
around.
is a cool dog.
Oh,
See,
this
he's
is
kind of
dog.
spry for a 7, and for like half his body to be sinking.
Yeah.
I think the
love him.
sage
I
leaf
want him.
helps with that. Actually, helps with their joints.
I mean, 7's
I'll
like
take
nothing.
him. I want him.
Okay.
Dane's gonna pull out his fucking bag of just gold, hundreds of coins, and it's just like counting out 10 of them.
She looks at it. All right, old bastard. You want to go with these people before she takes it? And he looks at her, looks at you.
Dane's gonna like crouch down on his knee, hold his hands out in like a big hug thing. Basically, exact pose he did with the gnome.
It gallops over it, gives you a big hug and a slobbery kiss on the side of the face. But then it goes back over to Ollie and like is like, "Where's my drugs?"
No, not now.
It looks.
You gotta work first.
Kind of bows its head and just kind of lays down, looks pathetic. And she's like, "All right, he seems to like you, and you seem like, I mean, Dane, I know you. Of course." Takes the coin. Take care
We're a
of the old
pack, man.
bastard. He's a good boy. Keep him out of danger. Keep him like 30 feet back, maybe fireball distance back, like away when you're not having him do stuff.
Who told you?
She looks at you
Has he
confused,
always
like,
been
"Oh."
old bastard, or did he like earn that over time? Like, was he like? Did you have like little baby? Bag
No,
of
he
skin
was
and say,
little
"You're like
bastard
old
when he was a
bastard."
puppy. That's what we called him.
Okay.
He was a little bastard when he was a puppy, and he would chase around the chickens and the livestock, even those bigger than him, no matter what. We thought he was going to be a shepherd, but well, I guess he kind of is.
Now he is.
I don't
Look
get it.
at that. Because we're. Never mind.
Oh yeah, I gotta knight him.
Oh no.
No,
Dane's
no,
gonna-
all,
We gotta find.
Dane's gonna
Sword.
knight the dog for
He's
Ollie.
gonna knight the dog.
Get the stick. We have to find a stick to knight the dog. It's
Oh no,
proper.
he still hasn't knighted an Ollie.
Ollie's still looking up.
Yeah. Ollie's like,
He just like on a whim does it for the dog and puts it back. Yeah, perfect.
the dog perks up, and suddenly has a sense of authority about him as he like, is like, "Oh."
Suddenly he's very condescending towards Ollie.
Oh, you're not a real shepherd, he would say in his dog language.
Okay, that'll do. Thanks. Oh, wait, do you have anything of the guys, the wardens, or like where he lives?
No, but you'll know him in whatever state he is by his blue cloak. It was enchanted. It should still be intact. A fine piece of equipment. It will allow you to hide in. Surprisingly, it's blue, but it lets you hide in the underbrush better. Blends in with the environment or something.
Hmm. So, like nothing that has a scent already that old bastard can pick up on?
She looks about.
Or just like where he
Eh.
lives?
Does he smell like
find
animal
stuff.
carcass?
He gave me a satchel of coins one time. It's been a bit. He visited last month. It's a month old, but old bastard's got a hell of a nose.
Well,
I'll
and
give
he
him that.
knows your smell, so he can just get rid of that one.
I think that's how that
Go
works
ahead.
too.
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I'm not a dog. Well,
Hmm. Hmm.
I got that dog in me, if you know what I mean. But that'll work.
All right. Well, let me go find that coin purse. He likes meat and fish. A lot of time I'll boil some rice and put that over, or meat and fish over it. Seems to like that. Take good care of him. Sometimes his ears get itchy. You have to rub them.
That won't be a problem. Dane's just like
Yeah,
shaking his whole face,
it's all
grabbing
floppy.
things. Yeah.
And like he's a moldable dog. He can look however you want, really. Like you can just kind of like twist and contort the face into whatever kind of dog you want, really. It stops having its form.
I
And you're
give
like,
him the
oh.
Patrick Bateman Sigma male.
And yeah.
Yeah.
And he's a good boy. He seems a little ornery about following commands. You gotta like throw him through his set. He only really does things based on seemingly food motivated kind of dog. Like he's listening to food more than anything. But
It's okay.
she
I
goes
worked
off
animals back on the farm.
and she brings you the coin purse. She brings you a coin purse, like, all right, I haven't used it since, so it should still be a good source of scent, hopefully.
Thanks. We'll
She
find him.
nods. Hope so.
Hey, do you care if old bastard sleeps here for the night?
No, of course not. He's always welcome here anytime. And, if as long as you're willing to feed him, then there's no charge for him sleeping here. But for tonight, she kind of puts her hand up. You paid for him. We're going to feed him anyway. In fact, his food's out over there. His little bastard just doesn't want to eat it. He's picky, let's just say. He likes to have a different meal every night. Sometimes he'll go a few days without eating if he doesn't get what he wants. Part of the old bastard.
Dane's going to hand him a whole, what is this, a 2 pound? Yeah, 2 pound, like rolled thing of his rations. Just hand it to him for him to just walk off with.
Yeah, he takes the bundle and then he wanders over to his bowl. You see him like very intelligently like unwrap it, put the bowl over his food, like put the meat over his already existing food, and then he begins to eat all of it.
That'll do.
Bastard.
Good boy. Okay. We'll see you in the morning. Right? Are we done here, guys?
Think so.
You good, Ollie?
Let's go.
Still nothing.
Just looking at the sky,
You good?
like I've been looking up for a while. You sure he's up there?
Do we need to buy you more of your stuff?
Yes. Does that work?
Yeah, I mean, we got money.
Oh, true. You can just buy it.
It's true, you can.
It's like we bought
Yeah, let's
the dog.
buy you stuff. Yeah, I bought a dog.
What's his name?
Like, that's going to help the mission. Well, his name's Old Bastard.
Oh.
I'm not going
Hey,
to
maybe-
change it. He's too old.
Maybe he can like find you new stuff while we're on an adventure.
No way.
Seems to have a
Yeah,
nose.
maybe
for
we
it.
should like buy you like some stuff for you, and then get like a really tiny amount of like the really good stuff for you to not use, but just to like keep on hand, so like old bastard can sniff it, and maybe he can find more of it as we go, like his like an amount that it is enough for the stank, but not enough to like really do it for you. Just like a small amount.
That's definitely
Enough
a
for the
good
stank.
plan. I definitely won't smoke it when I need to.
Yeah.
Or we can
What if
all
it's
keep
like
a little
not
bit
enough
of it.
for a whole joint?
Yeah, that will stop me for sure.
Okay.
Mhm.
Great. Great.
Well,
Where do you buy weed?
From Trim.
Where's
yeah,
Trim?
you'd have to go to, well, it's a range of meetup. Usually, like the herbologists, Frivolous Gardens, they're kind of a secretive bunch. You know how to get in contact with them, though, Ollie. It takes a little bit of finesse. Normally, the way you do it is you climb the watchtower where the guards operate, and you light a torch and just kind of wave it in the air, and that's kind of the signal.
That's subtle.
It's very subtle.
They haven't caught on yet, or they just don't care. One of the two.
Dramus, do you want to climb that tower, get over your fear? You won't break your arm.
Broken Wrist 2.0.
I'm not afraid of heights.
Oh.
I just don't want to break my wrist again.
Just afraid of breaking my wrist.
Well, all the real wizards can fly, so like you're gonna have to get over it eventually.
I'm not a wizard, so
Oh, whatever.
there's a distinct difference.
Do you use magic?
Yes.
Yeah, because you killed a guy with it. Do you read books?
Yes.
Are you actively using a book to try to get more magic?
To learn about it.
Sounds like a wizard to me.
Not a
Okay,
wizard.
fine. Maybe that's a little too general. Do you have a wand?
No. Well, the one I got before, but I haven't
Crazy.
used
I
it.
think you're about as wizard as it gets. You got the glasses, you got the magic, got the books, you even got a wand. All you gotta do is learn how to fly.
Not a
Just not with a broom,
wizard.
because then you're like Sable.
Not a wizard.
Or
I don't
turn
think she had a
into
broom. She just turned into
Yeah.
a bat.
Sure. Yeah.
Fucked off.
Well, wizards turn other people into things like sheep.
Yeah, I don't do that.
If you could. You can't fly either. So I'm saying you're stepping stones, baby steps. You'll be a great wizard one day.
Not a wizard.
What are you?
I'm a sorcerer. It's
It's like
different.
a nepotism wizard.
Yeah,
I
what
don't
he
know the
said.
difference.
What God said.
Is a sorcerer just like a wizard who kills people?
That's one
No.
way to describe it.
I think it's just like a wizard who has a book inside of them already.
That's not entirely wrong. That's
Whoa.
Whoa.
How'd you swallow it?
Where do you keep it?
so the it's a it's not real. It's not a real book.
Oh.
That sounds
That's-
extra wizardy.
The best way to explain it is a wizard needs a book or a focus or like a wand, something of that nature, right?
Yeah.
I've explained this. My family doesn't need that. We just have a natural aptitude for it.
I thought you
That's a
still
good-
need a thing to
I
like
was gonna
do
say
it.
that's a good sorcerer answer because you do still need a spellcasting focus, but you learn differently.
Ollie looks at his belt that gives him a key. He's like, am I a wizard?
I think so.
Dane looks at his fucking fists. I might be a wizard.
Maybe we're all wizards.
Whoa, you're the only one
It's
that's
all
not a
magic.
wizard, Dramus.
Maybe that's the
Loser,
more new group.
sorcerer, loser.
We're the wizards and Dramus.
If the
That's
shop's
the
still
new
open, I'm
name.
gonna go buy a pointy hat.
The Wizards and Dramus. The shop's
The
open
other
till
place had
midnight,
that
so
cool
yeah.
hot, the one with the lily pad hat that filled up with water, and it like
Oh, they
uses
did?
the sun or something to feed you.
That's also true.
I do get
Oh.
hungry.
Wait, Dane, don't you still have the goggles? Is there somebody in town that can
Nope.
take a look
Gave
at
No,
those
we're getting the
to
Sable.
Sable.
Oh.
But
Unfortunate.
speaking of,
Yeah.
pure.
Mhm.
No. So we got a job. We got a thing posted for someone to find us. I got a dog. He's gonna help us, and then I'm gonna send him home to mom and dad, and then they're gonna hate it for a little bit, and then dad's gonna fall in love with it, and then mom's gonna have to just gonna deal with it.
You're actually gonna send the dog off to the farm.
Yeah, I mean, he can be with all the other dogs.
Every
You
single
don't have
dog
to
I've
hunt
ever
and
had.
Mhm.
Alright, so we just sleep and then hopefully tomorrow somebody took a bite at little paper.
Yeah, it's a bit early for sleep, but if that's generally the plan, you guys have a few good hours. You have many hours to kill before your next long rest, which is more or less downtime. So you have plenty of hours to spend towards other things if you want to do anything in this time.
Oh, we can get fucked up
You could do that too. That's a great way to pass time.
again.
Again, let's go back to getting fucked up. But yeah, up to you guys what you're doing with the rest of your night. But you have about 5 or 6 hours or so before you really need to hit the hay kind of thing. And that's including the 2-hour period of long resting, I think. Maybe about 7 or 8 hours. You got a lot of time between now and actually needing to go to sleep. So decide how you're spending that real quick.
Actually, just to pass it by you guys, I might should, before we go out tomorrow morning, I might should swing by my parents' house and say hi on the off chance that they have something that would conveniently take me out of the next, let's call it metaphorical, like a session or something. I don't know, some kind of obligation or a chore they got to have me do. And then if I can't go, you can just take old bastard, hypothetically.
Hypothetically speaking.
Okay.
Well, that's
I-
fine.
Hey,
Going-
if there's something I got to do, don't let me slow you down. In fact, if I'm here in town and a person sees an ad, they can find the sheepdog because I'm not out and about.
Maybe it could be learning how to read.
I can read, I can write.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, I wrote the
wrote a
paper.
poster.
Oh, you're being facetious. I know that word.
Impressive. Was that your word of the day?
Now my word of the day is wizard.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of learning it.
That or murderer.
Yeah, you're gonna be next if you keep making jokes about it.
Many have tried. I don't know how true that is.
Is it like just the size of the circle that matters, or like how circular the circle is?
I think it has to do with intent.
Oh, so he intended
Not-
to kill the
He's
man.
murderous. He's raging. He's ready to kill.
It's not the size of the circle, it's the motion.
Of the
I don't
ocean.
know,
the
you
kill
you
motion?
said
So
it
like
was
the
the size.
circular motion, not the.
It is the size of the
circle
circle.
itself. Okay.
Something was possessing me to say that. I don't know why.
Motion thing sounds like a coping mechanism for wizards who have too small of circles.
Okay. And is beating up
relate.
random people in a mercenary camp a coping mechanism for being upset about a certain witch?
You guys were a lot nicer when you were kids.
Immediate flashback to us not knighting you and making fun of you for being the old man. I don't know if that's true.
Got a lot of
And now
baggage
they're-
now.
Somewhat passively aggressive knighting. Maybe not, but knighting a dog.
I don't think did it intentionally, but it happened. Nah, they
think
said
he
they were
just-
scumbags, so
Okay, fair enough.
clearly no one else is beating them up. So I figured. Have you ever seen someone who's just like someone really needs to just beat that person up one time? Like they're just so ornery or whatever that you're convinced they've never just had the shit slapped out of them before. Like their dad didn't hit them growing up.
It's my brother, actually.
Yeah. See, now, if I were to go and beat up your brother, do you think it would do him a little bit of good?
Well, I would be impressed if you could.
I
Yeah,
didn't know
see,
you had a brother.
well, the thing is that I did on those other two guys, and I think they're better off for it, except for when they
Well-
had to fight wolves and stuff. But
The best way to put it. So you know how we're having this whole circle debacle where I
Mhm.
drew my circle too big and the guy's head blew
Mhm.
up. So take that circle and multiply it by about 10, and that's what my brother can do. So
Whoa, 10 circles.
that seems like he's compensating for something. He must be a serious wizard.
you know what?
Mhm.
If there's
Can he
ever a
fly?
time, I don't know. Probably.
Does he have a broken wrist?
Mhm.
I mean, I don't have a broken wrist either. It's been years.
Prove it. Climb the
I'm
watchtower.
assuming he can fly.
Oh,
Now's
yeah,
your
we were
chance.
buying weed. I
Test of
forgot.
courage. That's a dare.
That's right.
sounded
We
like a
weren't
dare to
buying
me.
weed.
Oh my god. You know
we
what?
get hit.
Fine. I'll climb it.
Climb it. Climb it. Climb it.
Climb it. Climb
We're
it.
suddenly outside of the watchtower, just like go, go, go.
Take this lantern.
Zion.
We'll
the
just like shoot
whole
off
way
some
is like,
beams.
when are we buying the drugs? This is stupid.
This is gonna be an athletics or acrobatics check to try to climb this watchtower from the outside.
Watch and learn. I can do it.
Don't worry, I'll be here to catch you if you fall.
Yep. A few he's starting to climb. He jumps up, pulls himself limply up the balcony, and just takes a deep breath, starts climbing, or not the balcony, but this is like roofing, and then he starts to climb more and more, and then you hear something snap as a bit of the old wood gives way, and you see him tumble.
Oh no,
Dramus,
his
I wanna
wrist.
you land right on your wrist, the same one, and you hear a snapping noise. Oh no! It hurts. You feel around. You recognize this feeling. It's broken.
Oh, famous.
So, real quick, I would just like to point out how it's really funny that this mirrors my actual life. So, I've broken the same ankle twice doing this exact thing. So I used to skate and I broke my ankle at a skate park, and then after my ankle healed, one of my friends was doing this exact thing, being like, "You won't do it again though, you won't try it again." And then I did, and then I broke my ankle again, like not even joking.
Art mirrors life. As your wrist is there, you're laying on the ground, the guards come out. Oh, fuck! He broke his wrist again. They
the
start
guards,
laughing at you.
You-
They don't know what the fuck you're doing, but you're like out of there. Like you just darted away. Oh shit, they found us.
I would like to try to scoop up Dramus off the ground, Princess Carrie style, and just like run off down the road with like they don't immediately know who we are.
They're like, bye, Ollie, bye, dude.
Boy, they're like laughing, like, oh shit. Didn't he like fall like off of a similar thing like literally 10 years ago? Yeah, he did. And they're all kind of like laughing again.
A firebolt whizzes by their heads.
Whoa, someone shot a firework.
It's off because he's using his other hand.
He's drawing like a squig, like an
He's
oval,
not as good as his left hand.
a little more oblong.
When you guys like flee halfway across the bridge, holding Dramus, Ollie's there with you. Zion, you're probably, it sounds like maybe even casually strolling behind as the rest of the group is like sprinting off.
I'd like to think that he has a really low pain tolerance, so just the shock of it all, he just fainted.
Oh,
Yeah, you
no,
take 8
he's
points of damage,
dead.
which is a lot.
Carrying like his
He's
limp
dead.
body. Oh, I think he died.
Oh shit! Throw him in the
Yeah.
river! Throw him in the river,
Wizards are
quick!
like really fragile.
Is this why they say drugs are dangerous? Because
That's why wizards
fall off
fly.
of
It's because they
towers.
break if they hit the ground.
If only he was a wizard, he could have flown.
Or could have done the slow fall thing they do.
No,
That all
that's
wizards
impossible.
do. I don't
Well,
know.
you have his corpse and you're on the edge of a bridge.
Whoops.
Do you think
There's only
he'd
one
wake up
thing left to
after
do.
in the river?
You know, in hindsight, I think those guards are cool. We probably could have stayed there.
Hey, maybe if we turn them in, we can get more gold for. Like, the
Yeah, I
head of
just saw
us.
you run off, and so I didn't want to be left behind.
Yeah, they just are really intimidating.
Really?
What, you're like a Sky Lord. You can definitely get into some town guards.
Yeah, but then what
Well,
if
we're
they
not gonna
like?
fight them. They're cool.
What if they like block me out from my room? You know, my
Oh, is that
stuff's
where your
there.
room is?
Your stuff's at the watchtower.
No, in the saloon. But like, if I'm a wanted man, you know, I can't like stay here.
Well, they know who you are.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, that was Pete and Jenna.
We gotta run further. Just-
I gotta change my name.
They literally
Call
said
me
bye Ollie when you started dotting
Molly.
off. No, Ollie.
No,
Pretty sure it's Ollie.
Polly.
call me
Yeah,
Polly.
They know our names, Dane. We had dinner at their
Charlie.
house. Like,
Bolly.
He's
Just like
looking into
the
the sky.
different.
Golly. Oh, golly.
It's a-
hey,
it-
What we
you're doing
talking
the
about?
thing. Come back.
Oh, Dramus is dead. Right.
yeah, right.
In the
This is
river, I
where-
guess.
What do you do with a dead body?
A dead noble.
River.
I
Dead
guess
wizard.
we make it look like he did it.
Like he jumped off
I
the
got
bridge,
rope.
killed
Just like
himself,
put
and
his
drowned in
hand
the
next to
river.
his head.
So, well,
People
we
will
just
think he,
look
like,
like he hung
firebolted.
himself. Like we put the rope around his neck and like throw him off the bridge.
You're like being mid. You wake up, Dramus, mid tie. Like there's like they're fitting you for a noose. Like, will this work? And you just like snap to consciousness, and they're like, oh, we were just testing things.
Oh, hey,
Were you gonna
I thought you
hang me?
died. Well, no,
No.
you were dead.
We thought you were dead from embarrassment.
So, first of all, ow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to heal it? Can you heal it?
Wizards can't heal people.
Like, yeah, all the magics and the magic's inside of you, and I heal you with magic, so you can just heal yourself.
All right, wizards are fragile, and wizards can't heal.
Did you not see what I did to the guy with the fire? That's what I do. I do fire. That's my thing.
Oh, so you don't heal either. You're sounding more like a wizard. See, we know that Zion's not a wizard because he can heal people. Probably.
Right.
There he goes. See, not a wizard.
Hey.
Ooh, the wrist is fully snaps back into place. All fully healed. Yeah, you only took 8 points of damage. That's even more healing. And your acne's been cured. So it's a double boon.
Well,
Thanks, Zion. At least someone is a good friend here.
what are you talking about? I carried you.
Oh yeah, when you
You-
died, he carried you.
Yeah, I didn't
You
leave
did-
your body.
You were going to hang me. You didn't even check my pulse.
I
Aren't you
felt
supposed to be
really
good at that
bad.
sort of thing?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know wizards had pulses.
They were just
I don't know if
checking to
elves
see
had
if you had the
pulses.
enough rope. If they wanted to hang you, they didn't decide. Maybe.
We were most likely just going to dip you in the river to see.
No,
Or-
that hanging was Ollie's idea. He said make it look like he did it himself.
Yeah, I can't have the heat on me.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor.
You know what? Fair enough, Ollie. I understand.
Why
Thank
does
you.
Ollie get a pass?
Because look at him.
Dramus says
He
that as
doesn't
he
even
puts
know
the,
what's
like,
going on half the time.
puts the rope over his neck. Like, I understand. We have to do this.
I feel like
Holy
there's,
shit, where's the dog?
there's some anti-human sentiment going around here. I'm feeling
No.
discriminated against.
You just know better.
Dog is here. Old bastard's just looking at you. Barks.
Oh, hey.
I love humans. You guys are adorable.
This isn't what we usually
Thanks.
are like, old bastard.
Old bastard was asleep for a little while, but he decided to follow you after a while. It's still early enough in the day, and he looks at you, tilts his head,
Yeah.
looks towards the rope.
Yeah, we're just
Sees it's
making a
still
leash.
kind of around Dramus's neck, and then he grabs it and starts pulling and tugging, and just like starts like
Dramus.
dragging Dramus a little bit.
Oh no, it's a hemp rope. Grab it.
I hear wizards are weak to being grappled.
Help me.
Just being like tugged along.
I don't want to use my potion for this. It was expensive. Old,
Yeah, he's going to get blood all over my rope.
old bastard, stop. Just
Make an animal handling
There's
check.
only one thing that'll get him to stop. Ollie takes out the joint.
Dave
Ooh.
pulls out a ration.
oh,
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
With the
Maybe
command,
there's a couple things that'll get him to stop.
with the command, he like stops, he like lets go, and like looks at you, and just a little surprised that he's listening. But then he immediately gets distracted by the joint and the meat, and he looks back and forth. But he runs to you, Ollie.
No,
and he's
dude,
like,
the meat. It's cheaper.
It's like shaking his head, just like climbing all over you. Like wants it now.
Oh shit, there's 2 of them.
Joint first, and then the meat will be better later.
How do you know?
Oh,
No,
I'm
he's
known
right.
to dabble.
But then I'm gonna
Your
want
wife
some.
was a bad influence.
Yeah, she wasn't the best, but
When he realizes he can't get it, he just like sits down on the ground, looks at you with his droopy old eyes, and starts to whine.
All right, we can do this one, and then I'll go up to the roof.
shouldn't we do the roof first? No, you're probably experiencing this.
Trust the expert.
Yeah.
He
Trust
gets
the
excited,
process.
bounces around, jumps up. He's like standing on 2 legs, waiting for you to put the joint in his mouth.
Oh, no, he's gonna do himself first. I'll be like, Dramus, can you get me? Dramus?
Tiny circle.
I would
tiny-
hold it farther away from your head.
tiny circle.
He's
No.
drawing us like
I
four
got
trust
you.
Dramus.
It's like this. It's like this circle.
Don't
He's
flinch.
big.
Right. He's gonna loosen up the thing, take it off. I'll walk up to Ollie and just kind of. That works, but he was gonna.
Dane's like pulling out his inner box and starts to put it back away while you start making purple circles. But no, this will be good.
Well, for this, I mean, if he's just lighting something.
Come on, show off.
He snaps his fingers, perhaps.
No, he's
go ahead.
actually he's gonna put his fist right here and he's gonna aim it directly at Dane as he's holding it under, and he's gonna. And then as he does it, a little flame just kind of ignites from his middle finger.
Oh, that's sick. He made the
Fuck
chef
yeah.
salute even cooler.
I like when it's purple.
And he leans
Can you
in.
make it green?
No.
And as you inhale, it's pure. It's not like a tinderbox flame. It's not like arcane fire tastes better than butane or any other kind of flame.
It's like a
And you-
plasma lighter.
Yeah, it is. It's like perfectly smooth. Just the flavor of
Plasma torch.
of the chemical. As
I
you
don't know. That fire
Take a
looked like
deep
it
breath.
had some intent in it.
And with the magic arcane flame, like the edges stay purple throughout the burning of this substance, as it were.
Alright. That's cool.
pretty sick, honestly.
Hey, Dramus, you ever take up smoking? You would look really cool.
Can't.
Why?
The dog
Bloodline.
pushes Dramus out of the way and is just like ready for his head. He doesn't want anyone to
Wait,
get in the
you
way.
can't drink, and you can't smoke, and you can't fly, and you can't climb, and you can't heal.
But you
What
can
can you do?
kill.
Ollie like takes the joint out of his mouth and goes, "How are you gonna forget that guy you killed if you can't smoke
Or drink.
or drink?" That was gonna be my recommendation.
So much now.
I'm out of ideas, and I didn't even
No, but for
recommend
real,
any.
why can't you do all these things?
Why?
Yeah.
I've said it. Allegedly, and I'm not one to try and experiment with it, what I was told is because of my bloodline, because of the way my magic works, because of my system, I can't taint it, as it were, with alcoholic substances, with anything like that. Leaf is fine, weirdly enough, but
Mhm.
anything
So you
outside
can
of that.
smoke.
Yeah, to be honest, I was a little confused there. I thought he was
What's the
smoking
difference
like
between
a...
drinking it and smoking it?
I don't know. I just know that I can't drink and I can't smoke
I
tobacco.
feel like caffeine.
Is
still
it
counts
specific?
as tainted.
That's interesting. Does it say you can't? Oh, look at that. That's funny.
But
I
where
would
is
just
that
Oh,
like,
from?
this is something I made up completely on my
Oh,
own.
fair.
It's
No,
not-
no, you're all good then.
Yeah.
Perfect.
like,
I love
there's
it.
a-
Whoa, fuck yeah, that's way cooler.
there's a big difference. Like if you like ingest it anyway besides smoking, it like sharpens your mind. But when you smoke it, it just makes everything a lot easier. It's a lot better. But like if you want to be like a nerd, you would do whatever the nerds do with it. But if you want to be cool,
Like makes
smoke
tea.
yeah, whatever. I don't I don't really fuck with that.
For clarification, when we were talking about him smoking something, even though that's literally his entire character, for some reason my brain was like, he's smoking a cigarette or something of that nature. So that's why I said I couldn't. So
Yeah, I actually thought that was part of the aristocrat subclass, so it's even cooler that was like just something you put into your character. I like that a lot.
yeah, I thought it would be neat, the whole like untainted bloodline thing.
It's very cool.
We should just try and taint it while he's sleeping one day and see what happens.
See if he loses all of his stupid magic, fucker. Get fucked.
Hey, man,
Not a
how
wizard
many
anymore.
He's a wizard.
What? By the
Yes.
way, I would die. So
What? Shouldn't you like just not stand so close to us?
Well,
right now,
death
then?
hasn't stopped you before.
You ever get second hand high?
Am I gonna contact kill you?
Yeah.
no, that
Just let you
again.
kill that
the
guy
high,
on contact with your firebolt.
The high
This
is
is never
fine.
let him forget. This
High
is
is
every
fine.
single second.
What if you kiss Sable?
Might catch something. Oh,
Would,
sorry.
would that taint your stuff?
I don't know. I've never kissed anyone before, so
But Dane kissed Sable, so if you kiss Dane, then maybe like by chance
You've
you get
never
properties.
kissed someone before? Oh, you're such a child. Maybe one of these days, you go around kissing people like us men. Ain't that right,
What?
Zion?
Yes, sir.
it's not something that I really care about, to be honest.
Mm.
Neither did I till I had my
Sure.
first one. Oh, a few days ago. About
Maybe
24
it's an
hours ago.
acquired taste. Sort of like cigars and
Yeah,
beer.
I have
Maybe
a-
it's just
I
something
have-
when you're older, you'll appreciate them.
Yeah, I have a feeling after kissing Sable, there's probably a lot of acquired tastes that you had there.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah. Tastes like apples.
I didn't know the captain's name was Apples.
I think Dan like slugs you across the face. Not like seriously, but he just gives you like a good man to man like Shut up.
Sorry.
I'm
Going
going
on
to
with
bed.
the zingers. Yeah, going to bed.
Hey,
I
I
think-
need more alcohol in me if I'm gonna keep up with puns.
That was a vicious mockery.
when you go to Bard College, all they do is talk, so yeah, you gotta keep up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think you hurt his feelings.
Yeah, I admit defeat.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's go get drunk.
Except for you, guy who will die.
Except for you, virgin.
We'll just pour
Dan's
him a cup of-
convinced that he's lost the card.
I like the idea that like the shepherds have always had one person they bullied, but maybe before it was Ollie, but now like Ollie has shifted out of the limelight of being bullied and is moving over to Dramus.
All I had to do was murder one person and then say you're a fucking square, and now we're gonna make fun of you.
Well,
It'll come full circle.
before we depart the edge of the watchtower, doing anything else here, or just everyone heading off to the Skyward Saloon for the rest of the night?
I'm good.
Oh.
When I throw the dice that's already been thrown, does everybody see it, or is that just me?
No.
Just me? Okay, cool. Because I do it a lot.
So, as you head over to the Skyward Saloon, you hear something interesting. The tavern is in the middle of a rather refined celebration. As you would recognize the individual Ollie. You see Elwyn, the dwarven, whatchamacallit? The dwarven individual who is in charge of the trivia host. That's what the word I'm looking for. The
Trivia.
trivia host of the
Mhm.
Skyward Saloon. She is currently on the stage, and it looks like they are just about to begin a round of trivia, and they are offering tonight at least, they are offering a silver brooch that is embedded with gemstones. It's worth about 25 gold pieces for whoever wins the trivia contest tonight. Looks like she's kind of on the stage announcing a few things, kind of doing some pre-show stuff, but looks like registrations are still open.
I mean,
But otherwise, the bar's there.
she's great, but like this is some nerd shit. So unless Dreamus wants to do it,
Mhm.
I'm
He's
probably
already
just gonna-
walking up and like signing his name and
Like,
I
yeah.
fucking love Miss Greyhop's trivia, and Dane's walking up as well.
Mhm.
I'll participate.
finally something fun to do.
Mrs. Greyhop, I want to do it.
She looks, sign your name, and we're going to be getting things going in just a moment. By the way, we are doing team games tonight, so you do need 4 members to participate. Just so you know, sign up with your
Ollie.
team.
Ollie's
And your
like
team
already
name?
stepping upstairs.
Ollie, sign your name. We need 4.
We just need your name.
Old bastard can't write.
Okay, but I'm gonna keep smoking.
I'll buy you
That's
weed.
fine.
I'm in.
Son of a bitch, I'm in. And like you sit down.
God
And-
damn it, you found my weakness.
You were all given these, this is pretty part of the course, a little magical tablet of sorts that will come up with, a little writing area where you can write your own answer to these questions, as it were. As you are, you guys are intimately familiar with the concept. I forgot about that. That's what happened with a certain necromancer. Anyways, it's very similar to that technology, but you have a little tablet, you have a little pen, it can write answers here. And she says, well, so each team has been given 1 tablet. You all will agree on your answer, write on to the answer to the questions, etc. You know how this works, locals, but for those who don't, well, you'll figure it out. So, we're going to ask just 5 questions. The team that gets the most right, yeah, best 3 out of 5, that makes sense, will win the brooch. If there's a tie, we'll figure it out then. So, is everyone ready, or would everyone like a moment to grab a drink? Kind of like gazes around the bar room, and there's a general. Admittedly, most people are here just to drink. Most people are not playing the trivia game. But there are a few teams there and about. And she looks. All right. Well, let's get things started. Let's start with an easy one. What is the main language spoken by elves?
Oh, shit. Is it Elven or Elvish?
I speak common so often.
I feel like it might be common, like a trick question, because I know all elves can probably speak Elvish, but
Well,
most of them-
everyone speaks common. That's why it's called common. Or else it'd be called
Yeah.
uncommon.
Okay, guys, I know 3 languages: Common, Elvish, and Primordial.
Oh, it's Elvish.
I don't know which one to pick.
I didn't know if it was Elvish or Elven. Like, I don't know if it's Dwarvish or Dwarven. I felt they change the rule every month.
I feel pretty old. Maybe it's Primordial.
I'm going to go with Elvish.
Elvish.
It's
How do we not get this? 3 out of 4 of us are elves.
it's elvish. It is.
Admittedly, elven culture typically returns to Dimerithian culture, which is an ancient and now long elven language derivates from that too. It's a long since forgotten art form.
Someone starts to explain that, and Ollie goes, "Pooh, shut up."
Nerd.
Nerd. He shuts up. I'm waiting you to put. And Elwin kind of looks up. So, let's see. Shepherds, have you filled in your answer yet?
Who has the board?
Dane.
Shit. Shepherds plus Ollie. The dog
Oh,
boys.
the shepherds plus Ollie. And then you write down. The correct answer is Elvish. Good work, all of you who got it right. That's 1 point for your team.
You guys are in the
Dane
lead.
leans over to someone who wrote Elvin on the thing and says, fucking idiots.
Now, here is a one that teases the brain. What is the name of the famous magical weapon that was wielded by paladins of old?
The Throngler.
Swords.
I got a sword. I'm not a
We got two good options here. We have Throngler and swords.
I don't know that many paladins. Do you guys know paladins?
I think I've met several, and they all had swords.
I think my mom is kind of a paladin.
What's she wield?
Sword.
Sword.
It's a good answer. Good answer.
But I guess, is it like a long
Swords.
sword?
Good
or
answer.
like,
Good answer. Just like Family Feud. Swords. It's up there.
it could be like a long sword or like a bastard sword, or like if it's on the slender side, it could be like an estoc for piercing armor, or like a rapier if you're more for like dueling, or like a bit fainter on the muscle. Or like if you really want to hack through something, you use this thing called a messer, which is actually just a word that means knife, but it's more like a sword.
Yeah.
It just
Ellen's
gets
kind of like
really into the shit.
moving around the crowd, and she kind of like looks for you. Hey, Ollie. Just so you know, proper noun.
Oh,
And she kind of like
paladin
washes by.
sword.
And she kind of laughs and she moves away. No, final
Holy-
answer.
Holy sword.
Pally
Looks like
sword.
a long sword. Did you say any paladins in particular?
Wielded by the Knights of Oldest. It's
Knights of Oldest.
been passed down by many paladins throughout the generations. Quite a famously named blade.
Can I make a religion check?
Excalibur.
I wouldn't ask if it was
This is
a
where
paladin, really.
Boog decides how much he wants us to have read the primer, and if he's going to let us roll to see if we read the primer.
Matt.
Mhm.
Oh, I don't have a fucking secret whispery channel.
I can do the.
Do
Private
you as a
funeral?
player know what this is? This is kind of a meta question. I'll kind of give you that.
I think so.
Okay, then you can roll and send me in a DM what you think the answer is, and I'll tell you if you're on the right or if your character would know what you guessed essentially.
Okay, here's.
Nice. And you can DM me what you think it is. This is just to differentiate from like player knowledge and in-game knowledge a little bit. The tension is killing me.
Here. I got it. So I have it in the note. I actually made like lore note because it had to do with the village particular. Yeah. Okay. Was that private?
No.
put it
But
on
I will
private.
say you had enough knowledge to make that answer for this circumstance, if you want to write that down.
Oh yeah, no, I remember this. It's my mom put this in whenever she was teaching me the manuscripts and all the fighting styles and stuff. And there is the one, and I laughed at this one when I was a kid because I thought it was a pun. It's the one with the evil wizard did it with the gem and stuff.
So, just a few seconds left. Shepherds, once again, ready to write in your answer. Just waiting on you.
Yeah, he'll write Knightfall.
Nightfall. And she
Nightfall.
shouts out, yes! Nightfall is the correct one. That is the name of the blade wielded by the legendary Lich King who wars what's a paladin, etc. Good work, 2 for you. Now, you have some fierce competition. Most of the other teams have gotten these. Actually, let me make sure that is true. Yes. Actually, you're doing quite well. Only one other team has gotten 2 so far. So,
Fuckers.
the next question was provided to us under the stipulation that we got a generous donation for our funds. Who is the most powerful, all-knowing, and almighty, generally the best, definitely the sexiest god that exists ever?
I want to suss out the other team that got the other one right. These look like fucking nerds or like fucking homies.
Make an insight check.
Do I know them from the book?
These are definitely nerds. Of what variety, though? Hard to say. Are they the nerds that have studied, or are they nerds that are just generally nerds because they're not as strong as you? It's hard to say.
Well, that's a stupid one.
Mhm.
What a stupid question. Why is this the third question?
Not
Yes,
to-
still, it's not a very popular question. I know. It's a little bit politically charged. I get it. But humor the benefactors.
Not too versed in gods, but seems kind of up your god's alley, Dane.
It's Caden.
Or
Mhm.
maybe
He's
Shelley.
the baddest dude. He gets all the. He's in it with the power thruple. He's in it. He's up in them.
Yeah.
He's the best.
They're gonna think I lean that way, and it's cool if you guys do, but like I'm gonna put down like a girl or something.
One board.
Well, yeah, we have
Thought
to
this
share.
was gonna
I mean,
be like-
Shelling's pretty good, but like, hey, can you repeat the question?
Yes, more or less, which god is the best?
They're asking it in the bar.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, but like put like no homo.
Okay, fine.
There's nothing wrong with homo.
Yeah, well, just in case, it's nothing wrong with saying no homo either. Then
I don't want to hurt Jameis's feelings in case.
I hear he hasn't kissed anyone
oh,
yet.
put
but
no homo.
I'm sure
no
he's
offense.
just keeping
We
something to
keep
himself.
asking like if he kissed a girl, he might be into the dudes. Who
Dane's gonna
knows?
write
Which is
Caden,
okay.
Kalian in big letters and then in tiny letters in the corner. No homo. No offense.
Clarification. I just don't care.
Oh, you're
Either
bi.
way.
Oh, you go either way.
Yeah, you
Nice.
wouldn't care. He's too cool.
That pansexual. Or
Because
is it?
Caden's kissed a whole bunch of people and he drinks and
Asexual?
smokes and does all of it.
He's so cool.
He
I
became a
thought
god
this was
'cause
gonna
he
be
drinks.
like something more like riveting, like math trivia or something.
Oh God.
That's stupid.
It's not trivia. That's just doing math.
You
You're
don't
s-
stick numbers together.
That's just
You said you
problem
read
solving.
books. Have you not read the book about Nightfall about the whole Lich tomb? It's super cool. Maybe you learn how to not snap your wrist.
Nerd.
A lot of wrist
Slaps on
work
the
and
wrist,
sword
but
play.
it's still like it's fully healed by Zion's magic, so it doesn't hurt.
I heard liches have really weak bones.
I heard they're real strong bones.
I heard the
Hopefully
bones are
that doesn't
weak,
come up in trivia.
but
I
then
heard
you
they're,
have to
like,
kill
really
something
strong.
else, and otherwise the bones will just come back to normal.
So they have normal bones. Well, this is.
No, I think they have really special bones because they don't need like muscle and stuff to make them move. They got magic.
Dramus doesn't have muscle, and his bones move.
That's true.
We're just shit on Dramus again.
This is the bully Dramus session.
Right. Now I'm out of coffee too.
Oh no. The 2 and then the 1. Oh, and the coffee breaks for now. Oh no. Oh, it's all
no.
going so badly.
So, what is the answer that is written down? Who is the best god?
Aiden? Maybe Shalyn?
I
Quite
think Dramus
interested
is
in
just gonna
Shalyn.
kind of like head desk at this point. Whatever table they're sitting at, he's just gonna just.
Guys, a random name came to me. What if we write down Jesus?
Who the hell is Jesus?
I don't know, but
it
it
might
sounds
just
fun.
be right. No homo, no offense. And as she kind of takes account of all the answers, ooh, close. The answer is Desna! Yay, Desna! Thank you again, our friends from the Order of Shadows who are seated right over there. Oh, they don't like me to call them out like that. Sorry. But Desna, the best god. The best. They wanted me to say it one more time. The best.
This is tough trivia.
That's pandering.
Well,
How much gold did they give you to ask that question?
Is it more than 25? That's crazy.
yes, but it's already been argued and it's already been said. And really,
Have to
who's to
improve.
argue? Honestly, in our society, it's one of two choices: either Sarenrae or Desna, really. And the other gods, they're cool or whatever, but
What about
they're
Shelyn?
kind of layabouts. Oh, sure, some of those
I don't
degenerates
think
in the
Desna or
Imperium.
Sarenrae would appreciate you leaving out Shelyn.
Well, it's not. Talk to them, the Order of Shadow people. Anyways, on to our next question. 4 out of 5, almost
Did the
done.
other team get that one?
The other team that has been the one they pointed to is the people in this Order of Shadows. It seems like they're doing
Oh.
quite well, actually. Is like that they've been revealed to be a little smarter than the average cookie. So,
Cheating.
with
Rigged.
the fourth question, let's see. Yes, here is a good one. There is a monster that is known for its ability to turn creatures into stone with a mere gaze. What is the name of this creature, oh traveled adventurers? Name it. And the fourth question, well, it'll be yours.
What if we know more than one?
Well, this one is scaly.
There's
What if
more
we
than
know
one
more than one?
monster?
Well, you'll just have to guess which one you think is correct, I suppose.
Can I write them all?
If you write both and put space in between, we'll consider, as long as you get one of them good, you're fine. However, you can only, in this circumstance, you can only have 3 guesses, only 3 attempts, 3 separate things. Because, admittedly, and she kind of like whispers over to one of the bards that's kind of standing next to her, I've been told there are many creatures that can turn you to stone by looking at you, apparently. But how many are scaly? And whispers back to the bard, okay, I'm told there's a number of them that are scaly, in fact. So 3 guesses.
I
Okay,
didn't
the
know
scales
there
thing
was-
narrowed it down to 3 of them for me.
I didn't know there was that many monsters that can turn you to stone that are
Yeah,
scaly.
it's
I
not
like
a
this
very
lore
unique
question,
power.
Mook.
That's actually quite concerning.
So swap. Hey yo. Hey, just because she's a lizard folk. And an absolute battle axe of a woman. I don't know. Do any of you know this thing? I don't know if I actually know this. Up to God if I know this.
I mean, I heard stories, but I thought they were just stories.
I don't know. I'm tired.
I'd probably just write down like the scale fleece lion.
I thought it was like I read a book that was like a giant snake called a basilisk haunting a school, turning kids
That's
to
one of
stone.
them. Yeah.
That's the only one I know. Medusa? Is she?
Yeah.
She
It's
got
actually called
scales
a
on parts.
gorgon. But yeah.
Like the
Actually,
cheese.
funny enough, 5e does call them Medusa because Gorgon's a big
Really?
bull.
Oh,
A big
yeah, you're
mechanical bull.
right. Gorgon.
Yeah,
Right.
which is silly, but it is what it is.
That's the only two I know.
Well, you're writing
It's not
both of
math,
those?
so I don't care.
You don't have to write 3, by the way. If you only know 2, you can write 2.
Yeah, we'll stick with those.
All right.
That's fine. Medusa and Basilisk.
And we were looking for Basilisk. That is the creature that is... Oh, and points awarded. So this is the 5th question. You guys have 3 points?
Yeah, because we missed one.
Yep. Okay. The other team is neck and neck with you. Let me actually see if anyone else caught up. Nope. So it is just you versus these Order of Shadow nerds over there. Now, before we announce our 5th question, a brief, mind you, intermission. Get your drinks, collect them, etc., etc. Literally 1 minute until we ask this next one. Because this, it looks like we have a little bit of a competition going on. And she points over to the Order of Shadows individuals. These unnamed individuals who are not part of any particular organization, and the Shepherds, our local heroes. Who will win? Well, let's find out. What is the name for the specialized unit in the Rogatian military that is responsible for creating and maintaining advanced magitech weaponry and equipment?
I don't know this one, guys. I don't do that whole magic stuff. I was listening when they said military and then they said magic and they lost me.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we phone a friend?
Ollie, you're
You
into
are your
magitech and stuff.
friends.
Gundren can do it. Maybe it's Gundren's.
I
Or
don't
the
know
eye
anything
of
about
Fist.
it.
It's the Chaos Engineers.
The what?
That's what I said. The Chaos Engineers.
Is that what they're called?
That's a fucking sick
That's-
name.
That's what they're
Why
It
don't-
called.
sounds like they're not very good at it.
I should have joined the Chaos Engineers. It's like actually cool.
Yeah, well, you didn't, so.
Well, how do you know? You're not in the military. And you don't
Yeah.
do magitech.
Believe
You
it
know
or
who's
not.
in the military? Ollie. He said Gundrens. I like that answer better.
Well, Gundren's not in the military.
You know, there's this
But
crazy
Gundren's
concept
with an
where you
S.
can read books to learn about things.
You haven't read
Throwing
that one.
out there.
Okay, how do you spell that?
You're a
Hey.
smart guy. You can figure it out.
AOS engine.
No, I know how to spell the individual words. Is it just Chaos Engineers? Is it the Order of Chaos Engineers? Is it hyphenated anywhere?
The Chaos
Hypothetically.
Engineers.
And Ollie, you know, like that. You've been in around enough trivia nights to know that it's never that anal about that kind of specifics.
You should probably capitalize it.
All right.
Just in
It's always
case.
capitalized. Dane's writing.
Yeah, it's all caps. Just like
That looks good.
this one's a bit hard to read as she kind of gets close to it. Well, folks, I have quite the announcement to make. It looks like we have a tie. We don't often have these in our trivia games, so we're going to settle this in the traditional way. Each of you will select a champion, and you will both parties will agree on how to settle this tie, whether it be bar fight is a perfectly applicable situation, 1v1 of course, but it's up to what the Order of Shadows representative wants to go, and like they kind of whisper to each other, and they like, one of them says up, "Oi, Shepherds, what you thinking?"
Bar fight.
Fight.
Right.
Tramus wants to do math.
Oh
Math?
wait, Dane's actually
Math.
about to go to bed. Maybe not a bar fight.
Well, I'm all boozed up.
Yeah, but I feel
And
like
you
as
guys
soon
made
as we
the
start this
Apple
fight, you're
comment.
gonna walk away for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that would be an
You know, I got
thing.
chores to do.
Actually,
You're right. In the
it's
morning.
about a freckle past a hair, and I really gotta. Well, he's like
Maybe
slapping
rock
his
paper
neck,
scissors then.
standing up.
Something real quick.
Something real quick, and they kind
Man,
of look at each other.
There's no like skill in that. I don't want to look. They tried to buy this, and they still couldn't beat us.
Math.
We did not
don't-
buy this.
Now you paid for a question. Shut up.
We paid for a question. We answered intentionally wrong. We only wanted to spread the good name of Desna.
Whatever. You can fist fight him, Ollie. You're slick.
Or do arm wrestling with Dramus.
Or how about like I don't know, like the first to get knocked out of the circle.
Ah, they
Absolutely.
describe
How big is the circle
sumo
gonna be?
I don't know.
like
Big
5
enough.
feet, like enough
How
for
far
one
can you throw
shove.
someone?
Mm-hmm.
How about who can stay awake the longest?
That isn't very entertaining to watch.
What about the math?
Math.
Math.
Yes, let's let
We-
Jameis have
we've
his
got-
limelight.
A big brain guy right here. He loves math. He's super good at math. He's very quick at math.
Well,
He's the
we've got
guy.
a wizard.
Oh, wait, Jameis. Now's the time to get out your chessboard.
He's
Yeah, that takes
asleep.
forever.
Mm-hmm.
He ran out of coffee. He's asleep. He dozed off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit.
Damn it.
What about a smoke off?
Wait, why does he have to? Why does he get to? I should go to my room.
We gotta figure this out fast.
Well,
Ollie's
Ollie's gonna
fucking
zonk out.
gone.
Dramus is zonked out. I
Can't
gotta
you guys
go
do
because
anything
my
better than
mom's
these
calling
nerds?
me. You gotta do something, Zion. It's up to you.
Okay.
How about like an insult
I
contest?
open like fucking Zion's sheet,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, oh yeah, he's a bard. He could do just about everything pretty good. Mhm.
I can talk real nice. You want to have a Yo Mama challenge?
Yeah, like an insult fight. You're real good. Real
Yeah,
quick
yeah,
with that Apple thing.
Okay, I got like we got someone for you, and like they push up this a bald human who's kind of like blonde hair, and he's like, I'll take you on.
Okay. You want to go fast?
Give me a second. Let me think.
Maybe a fist fight would be quicker.
No, I got something.
What about like a contest of who can sucker punch the other one first?
All right. Your mama is so stupid. She thought she could turn a pumpkin into a carriage by saying bippity boppity boo.
What?
We should have done the fight.
It didn't
Yeah.
work. The crowd doesn't seem to react. All right. Well, let's see if he's got any better. Come on.
And
Come
the crowd goes
on.
mild.
I had something. That's what matters.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
I'm gonna say, your mom is so stupid that
Raised the son who said bibbity boppity something with a pumpkin.
You gotta raise the stakes. Fast bippity boppity boo.
I just say your joke is so bad that it put yourself to sleep, and then
It's
I'll
your
cast sleep
mama
on him.
contest. No.
Roll. How many dice of worth?
5d8.
Yeah, roll 5d8. Oh, you've killed all my fucking bags in town. Yeah, he's like, well, and then he falls face flat unconscious, and they're like, hey, I mean, like, it happened. That means it's funny, right? And they kind of look at all the crowd, kind of look at each other and like,
If no one reacts, Dane is
yeah.
gonna lose his shit and try to try to hype it up.
But as they look
Woo,
around,
that was
I'm like,
hilarious. That joke was funny enough for me to buy everyone around, right? Only funny jokes get everyone around a beer. Yeah, woo!
It's gonna be more expensive than the
All
silver brooch,
right.
Dane.
Yeah,
You know
yeah, but fuck
what?
these guys.
And then the Elwin comes down, like, kind of comes down the table. And like, well, look at that. Well, this one can't compete anymore. I guess that makes our winners the Shepherds. Congratulations.
What do we win?
I could have
25 gold silver brooch.
just beat up anybody, no matter the contest. Damn, just tell me that
Well,
next time.
Yeah, I could have put him to sleep anyways.
Yeah, I could have like.
It was
knocked him out.
clever.
All right, just good to know.
It was clever.
I mean, if they can buy questions for free, I suppose we could just make our own contest.
Yeah, next
That
time
was
we
the
can
whole
just-
idea in the beginning. A tiebreaker is you make your own contest. And he clearly lost.
Next time we'll just put all the other
Consciousness.
groups to sleep and we automatically win.
Well, you have to do the trivia part first, but
Your
sure,
mom is so
when you
dumb.
get to the
You're at
tiebreaker.
0 HP. That's gonna be my next one.
Yes, yes.
Your mom's so dumb she didn't teach you how to duck. And boom.
Well,
Not
take your
bad.
brooch, whoever wants it, and she flips it over onto the table. And I'll see you next Tri-Elms Day if you're here. Every Tri-Elms Day, another trivia night, trivia Tri-Elms Day. You see, it's easy to remember.
You've
Both
changed.
start
These
with
used to be
try.
better.
Show up next time. I dare you.
Look, I do this every week. It catch me a fucking break.
Yeah, but like of all the weeks, this is the real important one because I've conveniently forgotten all the previous ones, and this is the one that really had to land.
Fine, fine. You know what, Dane, Mr. Lion Killer, am I right? The crowd kind of giggles to each other. Well, whenever
didn't
you
kill
have
it. I
something
let it
that's
go.
more impressive, right. You saw this big lion, fought it, all that good stuff. Whenever you have a more impressive thing to display to everyone, you do it.
Now he's gonna run off and stay at home for a week. Look what you've done.
What? You're insulting the sacred art of trivia.
No, I'm
You
just saying
deserved
I
it.
Beat everyone up.
I don't know. That was pretty low. We really did fight the lion. and we let it go. I tried to kill it, but then it made a real sad noise and it ran off and Ollie gave up, so I gave up.
Okay, now I feel kind of bad. I feel like I went too far.
You did go a little far. You didn't have to bring like our personal lives into it just because your mom's stupid.
Well, you brought my whole career into it. You know, you're right. It's unprofessional. I need to keep a good face going. Congratulations on the win. Take the brooch.
I'll
And
take the brooch.
I
next
don't want
week, and she kind of like swallows these words. Next week's show will be better.
We'll be back.
Will we?
No.
I'll probably
Maybe
be here. My
Don't
room's
kid
upstairs.
yourselves. You're here every single night.
That's because I've got nothing better to do. Well, until they came back, I've got something better to do.
Well, she kind of looks at all of you and like,
Whatever. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
and you Cartman out.
Marches out.
I'll get it
And
right.
as
You guys keep old bastard. I don't want him introducing to my parents yet.
And as the night grows later and later, and we get more and more into our cups, that is where we will call it for now. And we'll
Dane
pick
does
back up
legitimately
here.
leave and go home.
He does. I go home. I have chores to do. I won't be available.